Alright, I think it's about time to get to it. Let me get up the stretch. Believe we're doing this again. Howdy ho, folks. Welcome back to E3 2003. I knew we were planning to do this for a while again. So I got a little bit more on the itinerary today, just kind of going down the list and stuff. I gotta be honest, I almost slept through today. I legit almost slept through, because I was up till 5 a.m. last night watching West Coast streamers, as I usually do. So I legit slept until like 1:30, and I looked at the clock. I was like, "Fuck, I might need a half hour more." So I gave everybody a little bit of time to prepare. JUNII still needs to drink another 3 cups of coffee to get up. So regardless, same old as per usual. Today, let's go down the itinerary. Today on the schedule, a German guy shouts things at us, talking into a taco, Leon Kennedy has a mental breakdown, Wario insults your kart racing skills, a then unknown PC shooter, ironically enough from the guys who made Medal of Honor Allied Assault, so you can guess which one it is. JUNII talks about Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid for the up to billionth time, and 2 idiots give awful takes on great game. All this and more on today's E3 retrospective. Alright. Hopefully everybody's had their cups of coffee today. Without further ado, let me pull in my 2 golden boys. Ladies and gentlemen, JUNII HEJJIKO and DERRICK RIFKIN. Hey, boss.
Yellow.
How you doing?
Doing alright.
Alright, sorry to keep you waiting. I was up late last night, so...
It's all good, man.
Alright. JUNII's probably gonna take a while to get in here, so, alright, where...
Oh, there we go.
Hello!
Are you awake? Hi, JUNII, are you awake?
Me? Yeah, I'm under 5 fucking cup of coffee!
That's it?
Alright.
Maybe more, but I got no idea.
Where
Hello, everybody. My name is JUNII HEJJIKO. I'm today in the Riley stream, and I am very professional as game streamer.
We know who you are, son.
Yeah.
Wait, you know who I am?
I know where you live.
You know where I live? I haven't showered, dog.
Oh, boy. Alright, where the hell is my Fergie so I can move myself?
Also, JUNII, are you gonna watch together?
I'm coming.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's not what I asked, but, you know.
Hi, Adam.
I did not need a...
Oh my god, I legit cannot find my fucking Fergie. Yeah, let me just move myself over here then.
I'm here. I'm here and I'm coming.
Yeah, I think after this we're all probably gonna take like a 3, 4, 5 hour nap after this is done, so.
Dude, I've been awake.
No, it's probably, it's hopefully gonna be longer because it's gonna be night for me.
I've been awake for 17 hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ, JUNII. Alright. Oh my god, where is everything on my freaking... Yeah, here it is. Thank god. Alright, get your cups of coffee, everything. You ready?
I'm still drinking the cup of coffee.
There we go. Again. Alright, so... Honestly, I only have... My thing's a little bit loud. Honestly, I only really have like 2 longer videos this time. The rest are kind of just broken up into shorter segments. This first segment is mostly just Nintendo stuff, so whatever the heck was on GameCube at the time. Again, if you guys want to play at home, I do have a guide that you can follow. So I think this first game was F-Zero GX.
Yeah, F-Zero, dude, they need to bring this back. They need to bring this back.
Yeah, it's been...
It's gonna be sick when it comes out.
It's been 20 goddamn years. Why are you sitting on this Nintendo?
Because Nintendo, hey, fuck you, that's why.
Yeah.
Nintendo hates video games, bro, and they hate you.
Nintendo hates making money.
No, they're fine with making money. It's just, fuck you, that's why.
They just... I don't know why they don't have like a fucking good answer. I think the main problem is like think about it in a way of like racing games and how it is as a general audience thing. Racing games are not that successful.
Except for Mario Kart.
Anymore,
yeah, Mario Kart is like literally hanging on the name of Mario.
Yeah, but don't forget, like they're not successful anymore.
Yeah.
Right? We've long surpassed the times of Underground and shit like that, and they're all blaming it on, well, people aren't interested anymore. No, the games you make are shit.
Yeah, that makes that people the most racing games that people do have been super below average. You know,
Yeah, no, like,
average to below average. You know, nothing
Nobody-
has been.
nobody gives a fuck about Need for Speed, anime, whatever.
The
weeaboo.
funny part is that Need for Speed is the highest quality racing game out there.
Well,
Yeah, I
will
long for
argue-
another Need
I
for
will
Speed
argue-
It
Underground.
is the highest quality, but it also doesn't have a lot of competition.
Yeah, the thing is that the
It-
bar
it's
is still
not
very
good.
low.
Yeah.
The bar is still very low. I'm surprised they're still making Need for Speed games. They still need to get them ready. They're fun games. I will argue for myself, who finished Heat. They're fun. They're fun games, and I still think like it's kind of
finished
nice
it
that they're
too,
still like
and
good
it's
arcade
fucking
racing.
and I did not have fun. I finished it too. It's a
Alright, hold on.
fucking shit show with a story that doesn't matter. It's written
Yeah.
by an edgy 13-year-old.
I just skipped the story.
Yeah,
I didn't care about the story.
But then what you're left with is a game that tries to do the same as fucking Forza Horizon
Yeah,
with less functionality.
that's the problem about like
I
what
see
I
your
have.
tests, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my jetpacks wasn't working.
That's the main problem that I have with like the Need for Speed games is that they have these games that they want like to make a community in the open world, but no one is communicating. You
No,
don't get to
you
talk
can't-
with people. People are just
the-
doing their
the-
own shit, and you're
No,
constantly.
no. That's not even the issue. The issue is that the functionality doesn't exist. It doesn't work,
Yeah, it doesn't work.
right? And
And
to be like, we all got sold lies in the Horizon shit as well, right? Because max, you're gonna see maybe 10 people on the entire map. That's not what we were sold in the ads in the trailer.
And you know what's the worst part about it? Is that when you get to race somebody, they already have like mass stats for the cars. So you're trying to race somebody with the car that you have, and they're
Right.
fucking flying.
Yeah. So
It's not fun.
The way that Horizon handles that, I think is better than the way that it's handled in Heat, because it doesn't have a maximum performance level in Heat, as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
So you
no.
rock up in your fucking Golf thinking you're all that, and then this motherfucker next to you
Yeah, no.
rolls up
right,
with a
yeah,
fucking
so-
Bugatti.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah, honestly, I can't even think of the last like racing game besides Mario Kart that I regularly played, and even if it was, it probably had to be during the 360 era.
Oh, this is
Wreckfest.
that weird Capcom game.
Oh yeah, this is PNO3. The ill-fated Capcom 5 series. Although, this was the one that did stay a GameCube exclusive, right?
I think so.
Yeah, most of the rest of the ones either got ported to PS2 or one of them got canceled.
Yeah, one got canceled, the other one was Resident Evil 4, the other one was Killer 7, the other one was Beautiful Joe.
Yeah.
All of them got port except this one. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, let me see that list again. Yeah, PNO3, Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 4, Killer 7, and then... Oh, Dead Phoenix was the one that was canceled.
Yeah, they're finished.
It didn't even show up at the C3.
Yeah, it was probably really early in development or something.
Don't worry, you'll get your soapbox again to talk about Resident Evil 4 for the upteen billionth time.
I'm not
I-
that pretentious with Resident Evil.
You're kind of predictable.
I'm not predictable.
He's consistent.
I'm consistent, not predictable.
No, consistency is predictable though.
Oh, shut up, bro.
It's...
But predictable sounds bad, and consistent sounds more positive, right?
Yeah.
Sure, write it down on your resume.
Yes,
Anyways,
sir, I am consistently bad at coming at work in time.
I have
Every day,
played...
at least it's a good bad example, right?
I have played Beautiful Joe before, at least a demo of
Oh,
it.
hey, where's Sentai?
Do you guys know about the Beautiful Joe? I think it's Beautiful Joe 2. There's a demo disc on the PS2 that if you play the Beautiful Joe 2 demo on it, it wipes out the memory on your memory card.
Wow.
Yeah,
It must be a bug.
it was a bug, and Sony had to alert everybody like a week after that happened. But like, imagine playing a demo disc and all your fucking memory card saves get wiped just because you played Beautiful Joe.
Wow. That is. How do you miss that in QA?
I don't know.
It's probably really easy. You gotta remember when they're doing demos, they're not thinking about memory cards. So probably something went out and fucking just
Yeah, but I
like
mean, the
flew through
demo
their
is
head.
just a limited version of the full product, right?
Yeah, it's a limited
But
version.
but that probably means that it would do that in the full version as well, and it's then current
No,
state.
they fixed it in the full version.
Yeah, they probably did not know in the in the when that build was made. You know.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would probably have done it in the build for the full version as well, except that that had not released yet, potentially, right?
Yeah.
I think it was already. I mean, the disc was holiday 2004. When did Beautiful Joe 2 come out?
I don't remember.
I like how we're
2005?
basically talking about any game except that the ones.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of skipping
It's,
ahead.
it's like, yeah, whatever.
We've kind of already seen most of this stuff before, and a lot of it's going to be repeats anyways, but there are a
Dude,
couple new
this
segments.
fucking trailer is like, wow, look, it's the Star Fox we've been waiting for.
Yeah, isn't this the one that turned into that action adventure thing?
No, that's Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah,
This is
but that
Assault.
started off.
This is Star Fox. This is Star Fox Assault, I think. This is the one that came
oh,
after.
so this one does exist.
Yeah, this one came after. Honestly, this one is far better. Just play this one instead of Star Fox Adventures. Because that by this point, Rare was already sold to Microsoft, and most of the games that they were working on GameCube were either ported to Xbox or canceled. I've only played the demo of this, and honestly, the demo was far better than the 20 hours I wasted playing Star Fox Adventures.
Star Fox Adventure is such a fun game.
It should have
yeah,
stayed.
it was-
It should have stayed as Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah, it should never have been a Star Fox game. Like, that's the whole point. That's the whole issue.
That might have been Nintendo's biggest fuck up with Rare.
There she is.
Yep, there's Crystal. Still active on Twitter. Still reprising her role. I told you guys about the last time I told you guys about the Half-Life 2 mod where Crystal actually Crystal her VA oh god, her VA, right? Yeah, but Crystal got modded into Half-Life 2. I can't believe this game is turning 20 years old. I remember getting this game for Christmas, I think 2004. Some of my records on like some of my records on like Air Ride and Top Ride are still 20 years old and still unbroken from this game. But if there's any one game on GameCube that I just bust out just to kill an hour or two, and Adam knows this because we've played this almost every time he's over at my house. Yeah, Kirby Air Ride is probably the one game that I've sunk way more hours into than I need to, just based on how, honestly, it's not that much content. Like, if City Trial literally only has the one map, which, you know, granted, it's a great map, but the replay value for this, I've almost wanted to say is infinite, just based on how much I've played it. Have you guys ever played this game?
No.
You've never played Kirby Air Ride?
No, because remember,
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't get
PC
back into
gamer.
consoles until 360. And that was my console then, right? So
Yeah. I mean, GameCube was my console. Like, I was playing this while everybody else on the block had PlayStation 2 or Xbox. So, like, I was playing this while my neighbors were playing Grand Theft Auto or Halo or something. So, you can kind of tell my bias with these games. I'm wondering if there is a prototype for Kirby Air Ride out there. Wario World, I remember seeing this at the last E3. I played this game. I played a playthrough of it. It's fine. It's just very short.
yeah, I think I played this too.
It's very.
Not that long ago, and I just don't remember any of it.
It's over before you know it. Like, you can easily beat this in a weekend rental.
Yeah, it was that apparently not very memorable, at least not to me.
It's fun. I mean, I like that, you know, Treasure handled this game, and this is probably one of Treasure's better games in the 2000s after they kind of peaked in the 90s. I just kind of wish there was just more out of this. I would say, like, the complementary game to Wario World would just be Wario Land 4. They're just going down the road. New Mario Golf. I think there was no Mario Golf on the Wii or Wii U, right? Because they had like
Yeah.
Wii Sports. So this
Isn't
was the
it-
last Mario Golf until like we got the one on Switch.
Yeah, there was really no need for a Mario specific golf game, right? Because you know Wii Sports.
Yeah, there was no need for any other sports game besides Wii Sports on the Wii, and yet they still made 20 million of them. I kind of have golf on my mind again, just because I just recently played the demo for Hot Shots Golf 1 on PlayStation. I've said it before, I'm not good at golf games on the basis that I can't putt. I'm terrible at putting, but I can drive that thing a good 200 yards. And I've tried a lot of golf games before. Everything from Hot Shots Golf to Outlaw Golf.
Last golf game I tried was on the Genesis. Arnold Palmer's something or
Hi,
other.
Pikachu. Adam's probably laughing his ass off right now.
Back when Pikachu was a fat cunt.
Oh yeah, I think Gen 3 was new this year. After just releasing in Japan. So, what was it, Ruby and Sapphire? I still have my copy of Ruby and it's still untouched.
Isn't that the one that says too much water?
Yeah, that's Hone. 7.8 out of 10, too much water.
Yeah. They got that review for the remix, right? That says too much water.
Oh yeah, that was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, too much water.
Look at that Mudkip go.
It was supposed to be based on an island region, though, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
what did you expect? That's
Er,
like going
oh.
to the U.S. and complaining there's too many Americans.
There are too many Americans.
No, there's too many foreigners.
Yes. Like I want the Apache back in the.
Look at this guy dance with this awkward Mudkip.
Essentially touching their ears without consent. Psycho. You fucking pervert.
Imagine grooming a Mudkip.
God, no. No, please, I cannot unhear those words.
Imagine Pikachu as your Discord kitten.
Oh, fuck, you know.
Pikachu!
Oh my god. Anyways, Pokemon Coliseum.
Alright,
Wait, they have a
extra box.
They have a trailer for Pokemon Box. Literally the rarest GameCube game. This was like the first game when I first modded my GameCube. This was like the first thing that I put on it just because I wanted a game that cost like $2,000.
Dude, you can get a whole fucking group and put them together in another box. Dude, this is revolutionary. But
Oh,
this shit is rare, right?
yeah, this is like the rarest GameCube game because they only sold this at the Pokemon Center in New York, which is the Nintendo store now. Or you could like special order it online. It's pretty cheaper in the Japanese version. Like the US version is a couple grand. It's not even a game. It's just storage for your Pokemon. Plus you can play Ruby and Sapphire without the Game Boy player.
Aren't they still working on that fucking Pokemon Go Sleep or
There,
something like that?
I think Pokemon Sleep finally released. It took however goddamn many years.
Barf him.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
Adam is the Pokemon guru out of many of us here. Like my knowledge with Pokemon stopped at Gen 2 and I haven't played in God knows how many years.
Look at that fucking monster. Look at Pikachu. It's scary, dude.
Way lord.
Fat fuck.
A fat fuck. Dude.
I miss when he was fat. He slimmed down too
I
much.
miss when he was an asshole.
He looks anorexic now.
Yeah, and he's no
Looks
longer an
an-
asshole.
he looks
I want my
anemic.
Pikachu to be a complete bastard, alright?
Fat fuck
Yeah, his earlier
Pikachu.
seasons were great. What are you doing? It's not even Pokemon Sleep at this point. It's Pokemon fucking Coma.
Pokemon dead on arrival. Pokemon killed in transit.
Somebody-
Pokemon Go both to the polls.
Fuck,
Remember that?
yeah, Hillary
Pokemon
Clinton.
Go both to the polls.
Yeah, Hillary
What?
Clinton. It was
Yeah,
a
Hillary-
Hillary Clinton thing
Yeah,
during the
Hillary Clinton
2016.
tried to do like a thing about like to get the Pokemon fans to vote. It says
This asshole.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so bad. Because it was the right time. It was that right time where like Pokemon Go was blowing up like crazy.
Why are there 2 Falcos in this scenario?
It's a mirror match.
Is it PvP though? That's going to be my next question.
Star Fox is so. I mean, it does play like a regular Star Fox game, but you're also. It's kind of like a hodgepodge.
Wallace and Gromit? What?
Yeah, there was a Wallace and Gromit game. This does also have a demo on one of the GameCube demo discs. I think this is Project Zoo. This isn't even like the only Wallace and Gromit game. I think they did Curse of the Were-Rabbit as well on Xbox and PS2.
Is this loot? Us. Double
Yeah,
dash.
that did say Project 2 under the screen, so I guess that's it.
God, I remember when Curse of the Were-Rabbit was in theaters.
Wallace and Gromit isn't a thing here.
It's very British. It's very UK.
Yeah. And the weirdest thing is, I think it would have caught on here, right? Because they're obsessed with cheese, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the Dutch, like, one of the ways that people would, quote unquote, try to insult us is by calling us cheeseheads because we are a massive cheese-producing country.
Yeah, we have Wisconsin too. What's your point?
You should say. You should
No,
have
but
tell.
like,
You should have
If
tell.
one of your national foods is cheese, and you have 2 characters that are obsessed with cheese, like it's to me, it seems like a no-brainer to dump that shit and release it, right?
That's funny.
You should like say, cheese to meet you.
Shut up,
No,
JUNII.
it's Gouda to meet you. Because you
Good to
fuckers,
meet you.
yeah, because you fuckers can't say Gouda.
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 Yes.
Gouda.
A
They
very
said it.
early version of Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yes, because it's the city where we sold most of the cheese. It doesn't actually produce anything, but it was the largest cheese market.
This guy was born in.
If you ever take a visit to America, Derek, I would like you to visit Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Home of the Green Bay
go-
Packers.
No
Wisconsin?
idea any of
What are
that
you
means.
trying to tell me, huh? You want me to go to Greenbelt, Wisconsin?
Do they have Culver's where you're at, JUNII?
What?
Culver's? Never heard of
I
it?
don't think so, dude. I'm a knee. I don't go out. I don't know.
We got a
Don't
couple
say
Culver's
that.
here.
That's on the FBI CIA watch list now, though.
Culver's.
Oh shit!
Culver's is like
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
So
Right?
over. They're fucking find me, dude. They're gonna find me, dude.
Look, I already have a CIA personal assistant. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I got a friend. I actually have a friend who's a federal like governor.
Yeah, my
he
father
works
was
in the
there.
federal like agency.
No, but
This asshole.
the best part about that is there is a Dutch word that sounds exactly the same as neat because it's neat.
What's the
But
meaning?
it translates to not. So it's an extremely
ironic.
common word in the Dutch language, and I'm like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they going to listen for that word and just like everything that is in Dutch for being possibly terrorist?
You mostly is just fucking FBI spying on American people.
Yeah, because apparently it has to do with extremist incel groups or whatever.
Yeah.
What's this word
Whatever.
from there?
Which they do assist, but cannot pin everybody on it, dude.
Listening for keywords is like, no. Like, that would just not fly here.
Hey.
Like,
Oh, sorry, my bad. I was gonna say the federal agent listening right now.
oh, I
You
always
look-
wish them
you-
good night.
Don't know.
Yeah, I was saying you look cute today.
Don't worry, I know
You had a
Adam
good
well
day.
enough. Adam also doesn't get out of the house unless I take him out forcefully. That's the thing with me and a lot of my friends is they just don't leave the house until I tell them to.
I mean, I make sure to leave the house every single day at least once, so that at least I get some exercise. you
Yeah, I
know?
mean it's
So it's
summer.
like
It's
I have my
nice
daily shopping and that's it. But at least I go outside.
though. I mean,
I need to do.
this
that.
is also me with my family kind of pressuring me to be more social.
Oh, I'm not social. I literally just go outside, do my shopping, and then go back indoors and play video games or watch streams. That's all I do.
Right. What else is? Oh god, I looked up that Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit game. The Curse of the Were-Rabbit game was published by Konami of all things. It wasn't on GameCube though. It was only PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
Wow. Okay.
Why did Konami publish Wallace and Gromit? Are they just doing the whole race here?
Yeah, apparently. One
I've
of their friends must have been in it or something.
I've noticed a little bit of differences between this and the final game. Just mostly in the HUD.
Oh god, I haven't played enough Double Dash to notice that.
Double Dash was the one that I played a lot as a kid. Oh,
I remember in my Double Dash, this fucking got crushed and it stopped working.
Yeah, one of mine did too. I like Double Dash and Luigi's Mansion are like the two games that I had on GameCube that like I had multiple copies of, and they all just either stopped working or mysteriously disappeared. Like I had several copies of both of those games, and
I'm so sad because my Smash Brothers Brawl disappeared.
I don't know what happened to them.
And I know who did it.
Oh, that's the worst part.
I know who did it because
Is
so
that fun?
I invited like some friends to hang out with me, right? And they saw that I had a lot of games. And they were planning on stealing my games without me noticing. So I noticed that I didn't have games missing. I was like looking for them. And one of my
Sword of Mana.
one of the guys felt guilty about stealing my games.
Oh,
So
man.
what he did, he put them in the trash. In my trash, so when I grab it, I just grab all my copies of my game, and then he told me, crying and all that shit, who did it. But I didn't got all my copies back. I got everything back, dude. I missed like a bunch of shit. I was like, I felt so fucking betrayed, bro.
Good for you on that.
Yeah, no shit.
Sword.
I think ever since that, I never invited anybody else in my house ever again.
Oof. Oh, scratch off that plans then. Sword of Mana. So this game is actually a remake of one of the Final Fantasy in name only, but one of the Final Fantasy games on the original Game Boy. I think it's Final Fantasy Adventure. The Final Fantasy games on Game Boy.
And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, the Final Fantasy games on Game Boy are kind of weird because they're not really what they are. Like, one of them is a Mana game, which I think is this one. The other are Saga games, which turned into Romancing Saga and Saga Frontier.
Saga was weird.
And then, like, I think other than Final Fantasy, like, other than Mystic Quest on Super Nintendo, like, one of the Game Boy games is, like, the first one that released in Europe. And I think it was just also named Mystic Quest. So Final Fantasy has kind of had a bit of a naming complex, not just like 2, 3, 5, whatever on Famicom and Super Nintendo. I was just thinking about this one because I was thinking about picking up a Game Boy and maybe an EverDrive at some point. But I also have my Game Boy Advance. Honestly, maybe I should take my Game Boy Advance out of storage again. I've never played any of the No, I played Seiken 3 a little bit as a kid.
I think I own one of the Saga games. I'm not 100% sure anymore. And it was so fucking weird. I didn't die when my HP reached 0. I felt like I needed to do a 4-year college course to just understand the basics. Nothing was explained.
Yeah, RPGs are
Like,
just
what?
not my strongest
It
suit.
was just weird. And it's Saga.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Romancing Saga on Super Famicom. Romancing Saga 2 is probably the best one that you can play, other than maybe Saga Frontier.
I remember having like a Capcom RPG game called Second Son, Fire something. I don't remember. Not Fire Emblem.
No,
Second Sight.
It's not. There's Dragon Quest, and then there's the other Dragon game.
Dragon Quest was Enix, I think.
No,
Yeah, I know,
it
but
was
then
not a
there's
dragon.
another one.
Oh, Monster Hunter?
No,
No.
not Monster Hunter. It's a GBA game.
Oh.
It's a GBA RPG game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know Golden Sun.
Yeah.
Golden Sun. That was.
Oh. That was
That had
Capcom?
nothing to do with any of the words you said, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just watching Kyle
I
play
remember
Golden
being
Sun.
Red. Sun. You know.
Golden Sun was done by Camelot, the Mario Golf guys.
I like how you can actually just finish the first game and get an ending within like 5 minutes by just saying, nope, I'm not going to leave the village and do the main quest. Are you sure? Yup. And that's how the game ends and everybody dies.
Yeah.
You didn't stop the final calamity. It's like, I like that that's an option, but also, why?
That's a good option.
Kinda reminds me of
What happen if you choose no?
Kind of reminds me of
Yeah.
Celeste, where they just give you the option not to climb the mountain.
Yeah, or was it like Far Cry 4, where if you just wait for Pagan Mid to come back, you can just go home?
Yeah, or Clock Tower, where you can just get in the car in the garage and just drive off and leave everybody else to die.
I like when games do that. Yeah, you can finish the game just at the start. Why not? It's
I
your
mean,
choosing.
I like the fact that it's an option, but
It's
like,
the same with like.
at the
Devil May Cry 5.
same time, why would I choose it? Because then I just have less video games to play for the same amount of money, right?
It's a joke speedrun category.
It's curiosity, you know. It's more like a
Yeah,
what
yeah,
if.
yeah. Yes, but I'm not gonna consider the game beaten at that point. Know what I mean?
No. It's the same with like Devil May Cry 5. In Devil May Cry 5, there's a boss that's supposed to beat you, but you can actually beat it. It's really hard because the boss is kind of unfair, but you're actually can beat him. And if you beat him, you actually win the game. They're like, oh, you beat him, congrats, and they give you the new difficulty.
Huh.
Kind of also
Yeah, they
makes
give
me
you the
think.
next difficulty immediately.
Kind of makes me think in Metal Gear Solid 3, you can beat the end just by waiting a week and just letting him die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, Pac-Man versus.
I love arbitrary ways of finishing a game. I love it.
Oh yeah, no,
Nier is like that too.
I love a whole bunch of that stuff, but again, like I'm also just like, why would I do that more than once? I'm basically just, you know, gaslighting
Metroid.
myself out of a video game.
Metroid Zero Mission, I think.
I don't think it's gaslight. I think it more
Well,
is
it's
like
not
fun
like-
Easter eggs, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Like
know
somebody-
what I mean though, right? Like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like you're not gonna do that and be like, well, that was the game, and you
Yeah.
be satisfied. No,
Right.
that's not the point of why they make them there.
Shadow of
They-
Dragonfall. Also
They know
released-
intentionally that it's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Shadow and Dragonfall though, the Harebrained Schemes one. That also had a very cool thing where you could actually agree with a bad guy in the final battle and switch sides. And you can literally just go beat up your old team. And be like, nope, I'm a bad guy now, because he made more sense.
Oh, that's actually really funny. With Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, you can see the main bad boss at the start of the mission. He's just next to you, right? But you need to hide. And Amber is telling you that you cannot kill everybody or mission is over. Well, you can still kill him. You gotta get a mission over, but it's like, Savage is like, he was the bad guy.
I did the thing, stop complaining.
Did the thing. Yeah,
Like,
the
you
way they
gave me
say
a
it's so
target,
funny.
I eliminated target, stop complaining, you whiny little bitch.
And Lambert's like, things are more complicated than that. Mission over.
No.
But yeah, you can technically like beat the game by killing the main bad guy in Pandora Tomorrow at the start.
I recently showed Adam how to beat Link to the Past in 5 minutes just by glitching through the wall in the castle in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but that's a glitch.
Yeah, that's a glitch. It's not actually like
Oh yeah,
a feature.
Yeah, that's not a feature. Glitch. It's not even the same thing where it technically, yes, you beat the game. Same with like the way like the Mario one where you can Super Mario Land when you have to do like some fucking execution code.
Oh
shit.
yeah, the glitches in Mario World. Well, Mario World is built together with duct tape and spit.
No. That's not true. The Super Mario World is done very well. The thing is, the only way you can make that work is that you need to take a second controller with some specific buttons, and then you had to take perfect frame inputs all the way through to get the execution that you want to like finish the game.
Yeah, in other words, don't be human.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's kind of like tasks. It was task only for the longest time, but some guy actually managed to do it.
Yeah, and he now has infinite, like, everlasting internet fame, and that's it.
Was that
Yeah.
Seth Bling who did that?
I don't remember.
Because I know Seth Bling has done some arbitrary code stuff with Mario World. I think he's also the guy who programmed the AI for like Mario to learn itself for a couple
I
games.
remember you were able to find the pirates. Wait. The pirates did not show up in Zero Mission until the end.
Well, it's an early version of the game.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, wait, pirates? They're not supposed to show up there until like the end of the game.
I would have thought this game launched with the release of Metroid Prime 2. Speaking of which, I know Prime 2 came out the next year after this, but
Yeah.
wonder if Prime 2 is at this show, if not the next one.
Dude, Metroid fans were eating so fucking good back then.
Yeah, after waiting 8 years for a sequel to any game.
I mean,
I'm-
Metroid's always been one of those issues, I think.
At least we got Metroid Dread out the door after nearly 20 years.
Metroid Dread was way bigger than people like realized when it came out, right? Because the game is like, wow, new Metroid, and it's like Metroid 5. People don't realize that
Yeah, finally a
Metroid
game
5
after
is
Fusion.
the canon Metroid storyline, you know?
Yeah, I mean, finally we
Prime
get a
is
game
not-
after
Prime
Fusion.
is just the side, the
Yeah, that's the
spin-off
alternate
game.
universe, right?
It's okay. So
Sort of.
initially it was I thought it was like an alternative story, but people have said that it's canon to the main story, but it all takes place between Metroid 1 and Metroid 2.
Do you think we're gonna get we're gonna get Prime 4 out the door within the next 5 years?
Yeah, we're getting it.
After how long has that
Retro
been
has
developed?
been definitely working on it.
Yeah, but did they like have to start over from scratch at one point?
Yeah, they had to.
In the end, it all depends on what the fuck Nintendo's gonna do.
Like,
Right?
where's the
So-
funding?
And I
for this
don't
game
see
now?
Nintendo making any, like, sane business decisions anytime soon.
Okay, so by the leaks, it seems like they already
God, what game
they were
is this?
preparing.
What the fuck am I looking at?
I
Yeah,
have
sorry,
no
go
idea
on.
what game
So
is
they were
this.
working on Metroid Prime 4, right? And in the meantime, because they knew that new fans are gonna like get into the game, they eventually Retro themselves work on getting like
Is
Metroid
Four
Remastered,
Swords?
the Metroid Prime Remaster game.
Right.
That really does confirm.
Oh, no,
that
this is Crystal
that
Chronicles.
Retro is actually working on Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, no,
And
this is Crystal
soon
Chronicles.
we're gonna have information about that, and we might have a remaster for the second game soon. So, yeah, Prime 4 is coming. It's just they've been working on. They had to restart from scratch because the people who were working on Metroid Prime 4 initially was Bandai Namco, and Bandai Namco has been working with Nintendo for a long time. You know, they did Smash Brothers.
Yep, Crystal Chronicles.
They did Smash Brothers, so
I don't know why this dude filmed this. I can't see shit.
Yeah, I can only see after. I mean, it's the CRT filter where if you try to record it, then there's like scan lines that go up. I had this happen with my CRTs as well. But yeah, Crystal Chronicles. This and Four Swords Adventures are like the two games that I've always wanted to play. But the setup for this is kind of ridiculous because you need the Game Boy Advance and you need the link cable. I never had the link cable as a kid. I did have a Game Boy Advance. That's probably the reason why I didn't play Pac-Man Versus, because I know that was shown off earlier. Yeah, these games are fun, but you need the right amount of people and you need the right setup. But like once you get it going, it's pretty fun. I don't think this game was ported to any. Oh no, it is. There's a remaster on Switch and PS4 and everything. So there's a new version of this that came out. But the original version is probably the way I would play it. Interestingly enough, this is like the first Final Fantasy game that was released on a Nintendo console since like the Super Nintendo era.
Yeah,
the series jumped to PlayStation.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. The last Final Fantasy game, I think, on a Nintendo.
No. This was the first one I meant.
Yeah, this is the first.
This is Final Fantasy?
Yeah, this is Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles. It's a spin-off.
Oh, yeah, Crystal
Yeah, it's a
Chronicles.
multiplayer game.
I remember Selka talking about that.
Yeah, I've played the DS ones.
I played the WiiWare one. That's like a tower defense game. Because I know there's a couple of them on WiiWare. When did Four Swords Adventures come out? Oh, next year. Mario and Luigi. I know this is one of Adam's favorites. Yeah, Four Swords Adventures was the next year. I only played the DSi remake of Four Swords for Zelda's anniversary. Rest in peace, Alpha Dream, by the way.
Alpha who?
The guys who made this game.
Oh. Wait, did I?
Yeah, they went out of business.
Oh.
So we have the fate of
I
Mario
was
and
thinking
Luigi,
of something more darker.
and also unfortunately, like Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi's later games were kind of questionable.
You just want to see people die. Admit it. You just
I don't
want
want to see
people
anybody
dead.
die.
That's our JUNII.
I don't want to see anybody die. That's dark.
Yeah, the last one that they did was kind of questionable. It was Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Bold decision.
Story?
Yeah, bold decision for them to make a
I am fucking going out, bro.
yeah, bold decision for them to make a new 3DS game in 2019 when the system was already well on its way out. Already after the Switch was out for at least 2 years.
Yeah. It was that was an interesting one anyway, right? Where they get Ford into Bowser and
Yeah, the last one that they did, Bowser's Inside Story remake, sold well, or sold poorly, reviewed poorly, basically single-handedly put Alpha Dream out of business. Honestly, the only reason I can recognize this series is just due to the sprite work. I don't know anything about Mario and Luigi. I'm more of a Paper Mario guy, and even then,
played a bit of this, but I never finished it.
They're great games. They're really, really great games.
Oh, Nintendo's gonna hate me for this, but I think a buddy of mine lent me a copy of this. Who knew? I didn't spend money on the Nintendo thing. They're gonna send the ninjas now.
I mean, I'm asking the same question everybody's asking for the last 25 years. When are we getting a direct sequel to Mario RPG on Super Nintendo?
Oh, we're not.
Never. That's a Square Enix thing.
I mean, if they couldn't put...
Also, technically, Paper Mario was Mario RPG 2.
Well, yeah, but...
It was supposed to be. Well, that and... Look, if we were gonna get it, we would have gotten it.
We probably would have gotten it by now. They probably would have put Geno in Smash as a playable character.
Yeah, if only for like a sneak or like a teaser, like hey look, aha, we did the thing.
This guy's terrible at playing this game.
Yes, watching this gameplay is pissing me off. Honestly, like. What the fuck are you even trying to do?
I get this is a demo and...
Riley play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh, shut up, JUNII.
God, this is like worse than Spike Mob.
You were lost. It was like watching while playing Splinter Cell. And you're like stuck.
I will destroy you in any FPS that is not SOCOM or Rainbow Six.
You wanna fight me in what FPS game?
Alright, are we gonna go old school Unreal Tournament then?
Unreal Tournament? Sure.
Like the original? If
99,
if it still
yes.
runs.
Sure.
I'm much more of a Quake 3 guy, kind of guy, but I can play Unreal Tournament.
I'd like to see if I still have some skill in that. But,
I did play.
oh, hey, it's a Sentai.
I did play the.
You missed a bit of custom robo footage.
The hell else were we talking about? Oh yeah, and some guy was dancing / molesting a mudkip.
Yeah, and a Pikachu.
Oh, here's Four Swords Adventures, right?
This looks like a mobile game.
Well,
Board survival.
it's
No, just the concept, right? Like,
right.
just scroll back a tiny bit and just a freeze frame of 4 like different colored sprites, and then there's a horde of dumb lacking pathfinding AI trying to get to the players.
Right. But again, this is my.
You survived this?
Yeah, right. I know it's not, and
you.
it's better than that. But just
0.1 players finished this game.
yeah.
Can you try and beat it? I hate watching those ads because they know what they're doing. They're like, man, you guys are fucking awful. It's so easy. Let me download it and show you.
Yeah,
Don't
then you
get my
download the
ass,
game,
bro.
and it's
Just
fucking
download
Clash
the game
of
to
Clans.
prove them wrong, and I was like, ah, fuck, I fall into it.
No, I think you download the game and it's fucking Clash of Clans.
God damn it. Yeah.
Because that's always how that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I don't buy into those shitty mobile game ads.
This is gonna be
The ads for the games are probably better than the games themselves.
Yeah, I a couple odds. I'm like, this actually, as a stupid time waster while I'm on this shitter, actually looks kind of interesting. And then you look at the store page, and it's just another Clash of Clans bullshit game, and I'm like, no, fuck you.
Not to mention all the gacha that's involved with them too.
This is a game.
Don't get me started.
There was one like Mega Man X gacha game that I was interested in playing at some point. It was Rockman or Mega Man X Dive. It's on Steam as well too. Yeah, and a lot of these games also have Steam ports for some reason.
I fucking hate gachas, and I have moral obligations against them. Not moral obligations, but no.
Like I'd play it.
That's all I'll say on it before I go on another 50-minute fucking rant.
I'd play it if I don't have to spend the money on it. I mean, not that I really want to grind.
That's not how they
it.
make those games.
Yeah, I know.
Let's be honest.
They charge you.
They just make them to milk you.
Yeah, I know. Not that I have the money to milk anyways.
Like they don't want you to play the game. That's the whole point.
Yeah, no.
There is as little
with as much of a game that there is
as possible, just so that you have to buy more crap.
Metal Gear
right?
Solid. Oh, is this?
Look, it's Metal Gear.
Is this Twin Snakes?
It's Twin Snakes. I love this game, bro.
I do have a
don't care
Twin
what
Snakes
Metal Gear
trailer
fans
in this.
think.
I do have a
This
Twin
game is
Snakes
fucking
trailer in
rules,
this.
bro. The game is cool because Snake does fucking backflips and shit.
I don't really understand what I'm watching here though.
Hey guys,
He's
this would be
underwater.
my.
He just needs to go up and fucking.
That
go down.
explains the janky animation.
Yeah, he's
I'm like, is he
underwater.
trying to sneak? Is he in a music video?
Yeah, no,
Like, what the fuck is going on?
He's in
underwater
Jamiroquai
because this guy doesn't-
virtual
It's
insanity.
Riley's playing this.
Fuck off, JUNII.
Riley, go upstairs. Scroll down. What the fuck are you doing?
This is why I don't want to. Like, I want to play Metal Gear Solid, but if it's gonna be like this for the entire time with you shouting in my ear, then what's the fucking point?
Dude, that's what you gotta do. That's what we gotta do.
And I played on
You're gonna
easy.
be there. You play Metal Gear are gonna be there with you the whole time, in the chat. Not in voice chat,
Oh no, you're gonna
No,
be on
it's
stream
gotta
with
be
me.
voice chat, bro.
Yo, you need to do this in voice chat now, right? That's gonna be
No, this is when I played the fucking
gold.
demo for
That's
Metal
gonna
Gear
be
Solid.
Content gold.
Fucking idiot, look at this dude, he's just getting hit by the water.
bullshit.
Oh no! What does that sound? He's gonna get caught! He got caught!
Derek, did you see the time when JUNII and I played through the Resident Evil 4 demo on GameCube?
No, I can't say I
He
have.
is so bad.
The chainsaw guy.
Dude.
Knowing Uni though,
Riley's
and
a
just-
funny guy when he's
It's like
playing
45
games,
minutes of just
bro.
me getting assaulted by this chainsaw guy.
Yeah, knowing Uni though, it's like his entire like the advice is just gonna like when you're asking for advice, it's just like, haha, don't do that. Right?
Yeah, now
And
you
he
see why I'm
just
so
goes all
hard on
chuckle
Adam.
nuts.
Star Wars?
Goofy. Goofy. Is that Lego? No.
No, this
What the
is
fuck that
Battlefront.
game?
That is just a Star Wars game, but I can't tell which one yet.
This is 2003, so.
Apparently, he's also getting shot through the door.
Well,
so,
Bounty Hunter was out at this time. Just tell us the name of the
Yeah,
fucking
he's
game.
getting shot through the door. So, I mean, I guess that's the great.
What's Star? Oh no, there was Star Wars Clone Wars, but I think that was also out at this time. Look, what GameCube Star Wars game came out in 03? Oh, Rebel Strike? Oh, this is Rogue Squadron 3. Yeah, so this is the sequel to Rogue Leader. I forgot that this happened. This was the GameCube exclusive. I also played the demo of this, and I was terrible at it. I'm probably better suited for Rogue Squadron than a lot of others.
Speaking of old school shooters, have you seen the Warhammer 40k?
Oh, the bolt gun?
gun?
Yeah, the bolt gun
Yeah.
game. Yeah. There was another, I think it was a Warhammer game on PlayStation 2 that was also an FPS.
Necromunda?
Fire or something.
That's a slur, dude.
What's the...
What, Dead World is a slur?
Yeah,
No, you're
Fire
like,
Warrior.
You almost said the N-word there. You said like you said the N-word.
No,
Necromundo? I'm like, bro.
No, I was trying to remember
Easy
if
there,
that was
Tiger.
actually the
No,
name of-
Warhammer Fire Warrior on PlayStation 2 was the one that I was thinking of. That was the other FPS.
I'm like,
Anyways.
I mean, this looks kind of fun, but I think
I mean, how many
I
times...
think they should have kept it to vehicle because whatever the fuck was going on foot there, I don't think.
Yeah, how many times can
Well,
they make
works well.
a video game based off the original trilogy with all the notable scenes anyways? Like, they've already done Star Wars Trilogy
It's-
Arcade, they've already done the Death Star, the
they
Death.
need to do an Ace Combat type fucking Star Wars game, dude.
Oh, God, yeah.
Imagine, bro.
This wasn't
those
the,
have been done to death as well, though. At this point,
Yeah, but they haven't. I mean, kind of.
I mean,
it's just BR. I don't want to play a BR game.
I also played the demo for Ace Combat 2. This wasn't even the Star
VR
Wars game I
Battle
played
Royale?
as a kid.
No, like BR, like virtual reality.
oh, you're doing the Spanish B. Okay.
VR.
VR. Yeah, VR.
Have you guys,
There it is. Look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's what I know for Rogue Squadron. But the Star Wars game that I played as a kid was Clone Wars. I had that on GameCube, and I also have it on Xbox now. Clone Wars has some decent multiplayer. I will admit. I never really played much of the campaign because it was based on Episode 2. Episode 2 is one of my least favorite ones. But the multiplayer for Clone Wars was really fun.
I know. I don't even remember which ones were the good ones or the bad ones. Okay, but my cats are being annoying little shit, so I'm gonna have to see what they want from me.
All right.
Yo, Derek, you're there.
What,
You're in
where?
the footage. You saw it?
Was it?
No.
I don't know.
Ah, you gotta turn back for a little bit.
All right. Hold on.
Just turn back just a couple bit.
All right, hold on.
There you go. There you go. He's gonna show up. He's gonna show up. This is gonna be young. This is gonna be young Derek. Gonna show up in there. This is gonna show up in a
This
bit.
guy?
There it is.
That's
Go.
why is
Just
it
let it
me?
play.
Why is this?
Just let it
guy-
play. There's the goatee.
Nice
That's young
observation.
you before you lost your hair.
Well, that guy's hair wasn't blue though.
Wait, you got your hair blue?
Didn't he say his hair was blue in the last episode that we did this? So they were
Oh,
making fun of that
yeah.
blue-haired guy.
No. Oh no, that was that guy. That was that G4 show.
Yeah, that asshole or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got some.
Castle fans.
I got some spicy G4 Tech TV content for you at the end of this.
God damn it, dude. That shit gonna make me go to sleep. I'm here fucking drowning, bro. I feel like I'm drunk. I'm fucking saying dumb shit.
Well, with 6.5 cups of coffee in you, you better be pissing out a shitstorm.
I'll be eating Doritos in the meantime.
Oh yeah, I'm out of food and money until tomorrow anyway. So. My mom got me. I ate most of these. My mom got me those off-brand onion ring things.
I'm eating spicy Doritos. This is a problem for future uni.
Every time I go back to Walmart or whatever, it seems like they have like a new flavored Dorito. Like last time I was there, they had the ketchup and mustard ones. I tried the ketchup ones, and they were
fuck?
Yeah, they
got
had
a new one, but
they had ketchup Doritos. But like now, the last time I went there, they had like an ultra cheese one or whatever. It's like every time I go to Walmart, there's something new. It's a freaking carnival there.
I remember seeing a new one.
Wait, so I come back to mustard Doritos? What the fuck?
Yeah, here in America, you know how much we love our Doritos. Is it? I know this is a thing for the UK that they call it the Cool Ranch Doritos Cool American, which is awesome. But do they have that?
I think so.
Do they have that in Dutchland, where the it's actually called Cool American?
Cool American
I
Doritos?
think it's Cool American, yeah. Yeah, because we don't have, like, Cool Ranch.
Yeah, there's no ranch dressing
here. We call it something else. I don't even know what it's called. And we're also not fixated on it, like some American states seem to be.
Yeah, American love ranch, bro.
I mean,
I don't like.
You don't understand the concept of dipping your pizza in ranch.
No, because we don't dip our pizza in anything.
Sentai asked
What
about
kind of
paprika
fucking
chip.
barbarian are you, cunts?
Dude, Sentai asked about paprika chips.
Yeah,
what is that?
what the fuck? Why don't you fucking uncivilized mongrels have fucking paprika chip crisps? Like, what the fuck is up with you people?
Yo, what's the story behind that?
It's crisps, but with paprika powder.
What the fuck is paprika?
Crisp like chips like fries,
No,
like
crisps.
Okay.
So it's what do you
that's
mean?
paprika?
Like, yeah, it's the red bell pepper like spice. Usually
Dude,
smoked.
that shit sound fucking banger,
Yeah,
bro.
that's why it's the go-to flavored crisp in a lot of places in Europe.
I thought fucking British people didn't like spice.
Why the fuck do you bring British cunts into this? They're not even European anymore.
Oh, I thought European hated spice.
No,
They don't?
no, we invented mustard, you dumb cunt.
I thought mustard was a Chinese thing.
Wait, mustard's not spicy.
Is there spicy brown mustard? Dude, we invented
No,
ballpark
mustard
mustard.
is not spicy, bro.
What mustard do you have?
have not had proper mustard yet.
What mustard are you grabbing? Also, there's like 30 million versions of ketchup at Walmart now. There's like a spicy ketchup for some reason.
Yeah,
Like a
ketchup
Dijon
also
ketchup.
contains chili peppers in the base recipe. Fun fact.
I don't know. Every mustard that I tasted have always been somewhat sweet.
That must have been American mustard, because that's fucking bullshit.
Have you checked the expiration date on this?
No, it turns out that usually most people would associate, what was it? Like, moldy shit with a nutty flavor or something like that. Not sweet, at least.
You leave the
No,
bread
when I talk
outside so that
mustard,
way
right?
it gets molded.
Look, when I talk mustard, by the way, I'm saying, like, Dijon is entry level, right? Like, that's the baby step shit. If I have mustard, I basically don't have, like, cheese and mustard is a common, like, sandwich thing here, right? Just cheese and mustard. Because we're basic bitches and we don't need all the extravagance that other people do. I don't have cheese with mustard. I have mustard with cheese. I will fucking grab a spoon and just eat mustard out of the jar. I fucking love mustard.
Okay,
I
that's
love
a
mustard,
little bit too
dude.
much.
Mustard is great. I put mustard in sandwiches all the time. Mustard is great.
If you ever,
I gotta lay off the
like,
mayonnaise.
if you ever fry pork before, like you know, like the fillets or whatever, rub them in mustard first. Not the grain mustard, like the really fine mustard.
I gotta check what mustard you're referring because I'm not sure the mustard that I like is the same mustard as yours.
This is the kind like in Discord that I use mostly.
Oh, there you go, Hofferman.
But that's Dutch style mustard. If you want like shit that goes hard like wasabi style, you need to go Eastern European apparently.
Yeah, so let me make a note of this next time I go to Walmart and browse the 30 million cabinets of mustard that they have.
Back in the USA, a classic Dutch brown mustard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I never ate this before.
I also like how it's called
$6?
brown mustard when it's a sickly green yellow, but sure. I mean, it has like.
Yeah, let me put this in the Discord that we But the mustard that we have is just called ballpark mustard or stadium mustard or whatever.
No, this is the sort of shit that like 1 teaspoon and it opens up your nose, if you know what I mean. Like, just like wasabi would, right? Like, chili is the back of the throat and you can feel it going down. Mustard and wasabi is the kind of spice that goes up. And it just clears the sinuses. Jesus fucking Christ, now I understand why they call it brown mustard. Jesus, it looks like somebody already ate it.
Yeah, that's a Cleveland staple. That's ballpark mustard.
Fuck, you know.
It's ballpark mustard, that's stadium.
That's the racist mustard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately we had to kill off Chief Wahoo.
Yeah, understandable why they did it.
It pissed off a lot of people in this town, including me. Also, what
Did it piss off Native Americans or did it piss off the white people?
It pissed off the white people.
No, that figures. Apparently, there was a German dude who wrote like kids books about the Native American, and they have now banned that, and no new stories can be written in that universe because it was cultural appropriation.
Because these guys can't watch Catcher in the Rye or Indian
German journalists went to a Indian reservation or whatever the fuck you need to call them these days.
Right.
They had posters of that guy up there because he was like a national hero for comedy reasons.
Oh, Chief
like,
Wahoo?
No, the German like fictional character.
Oh.
Right. Germany, having to be as politically correct as possible, has banned everything. Winnetou or something like that.
Were we talking about this last time?
How the fuck we ended up here, bro?
I don't know. We were
again.
We were watching Booth Babes and then fucking Ninja Turtles and then Ballpark Mustard or whatever. This just happens every time. It gets us talking. You're gonna pee after this.
Yeah. I'm actually one of few games that I'm actually okay that they removed that logo. Because it is genuinely racist. It's basically like, imagine if there was like NFL, but the logo that represents that team is a black man with really big red lips. I'm like, oof. You know.
I already tell you guys that this Ninja Turtles game sucks. Like, all of them.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, like, all of them. They made at least 3 of these, and not a single one of them was good. Konami should have just stuck with
the VHS is breaking.
Yeah, it's starting to break up. This is the end of this video anyways. We'll move on to the next one, and then we'll check another. I gotta pee, though, so I'll let the next one play, and then I'll break off. Oh, that one died.
It did. Woo!
Good. Alright, now here's that German guy who shouts things at us.
It's the German guy.
Oh,
wait,
God, do I
wrong
need
one.
to translate
Wrong
again?
one.
Euer
Yeah.
Fernseher
this
ist
one.
nicht kaputt und ihr müsst auch keine frische Farbe einfüllen.
Kaputt?
Herzlich willkommen
Okay.
beim großen E3 Actionspiele über.
Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta leak the Hoover Dam. Be right back.
3 oder Dino Prizes in diesem Überblick vermissen solltet, lasst euch vor Frust keine Hühneraugen wachsen,
It's
sondern
fine
schaut
to be
lieber mal in
racist
die
this
Preview
month,
oder
just
die
not
Trailer-Sektion dieser
homophobic.
DVD.
Or transphobic.
Racist is
So, nun
different
zu etwas
month.
völlig anderem,
Ja.
etwas Flachem, Beautiful Joe. In dem etwas eigenwillig dargestellten Spiel übernehmt ihr die Rolle des roten Superhelden Beautiful Joe, der eigentlich nur eine Aufgabe hat, Feinde so stylisch wie möglich vom Bildschirm zu klatschen. Irgendwoher kennen wir das doch, oder? Naja, wir haben es angespielt, ich fand's ganz spaßig, erinnert ein bisschen an Turtles in Time für Super Nintendo, falls das noch einer kennt, und ist hier in der
He's saying this
Gamecube-Version
felt like Turtles in Time to him.
In Maximo vs. The Army of Sin schlagt ihr euch Capcom-typisch mit
Hey.
Untoten, Dämonen und
This is basically
übellaunigen
Ghosts and
Skeletten
Goblins.
herum. Die Fortsetzung der knüppelharten Ghost and Goblins Hommage ist
Yeah.
zum Glück, was den
Because
Schwierigkeitsgrad
it
angeht,
was the
deutlich
spiritual
leichter
successor.
zugänglich. Freut euch auf
Alright, I'm back.
Moves,
Did you say anything
Charakter
racist?
Design und die Möglichkeit,
Yeah, we're
euch
saying
selbst in die
slurs, so
Kutte
your
des
channel's
Todes
gonna get
schützen
banned
zu können.
soon.
Oh yeah.
Good boy. Fight your First Amendment.
2 funktioniert nachdem alles schöner, alles
Anyways, whole bunch of PS2 stuff. I just played the demo for SOCOM. I sucked at it. I played the demo for Maximo. It was okay. It was just kind of weird. I'll play SOCOM. I said I'm not that good at tactical FPSs. I'll play SOCOM for the multiplayer. Because this game still gets actively played on multiplayer on PS2 Online.
Sowie 12 neue Maps, die darauf warten, von euch erobert zu werden. In diesem Sinne, es gibt viel zu tun.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Today's June 1st, so
Hey, yeah.
I'm gonna have my head.
No,
gab es das Spiel.
Oh God, guys!
Auf den ersten Blick wie ein stinknormaler
bright
0
stuff.
I've said it before when I played this game. Do play Geist though. It goes a lot under people's radars. It's a different.
I have never even heard of it.
Yeah, this game was a GameCube FPS exclusive. Like the other M-rated game published by Nintendo. I wanted to check this out after I played Eternal Darkness. I enjoyed this a lot. So it's kind of a little bit of puzzle solving, but the way that this works is like you're this guy who's quote unquote dead, but you get to kind of like amass like the spirits, or like you're like this floating spirit, and you get to like haunt other people by playing around with the environment. So like you can like turn a vending machine into like a haunted vending machine, or like you can possess another guy. Yeah, it's possession. So like you can possess another guy and like make him do other stuff. And you use that to like solve puzzles and like.
Do you know the?
Whoa, look at this!
It's
It's like that one martial art fighting game.
Oh, Jet Li.
Sämtliche Bewegungen von Jet Li wurden per
Yeah, this is Jet Li.
ins Spiel übertragen.
Have you heard of the DC Comics superhero Deadman?
Deadman? No.
Der schon in The One
That is the exact concept of Deadman. Dude is dead, but
to Honor erscheint
But he's like a spirit and he can possess people and like
yes, but
haunt them.
nobody can see him, and he can only be directly affected by nth metal or whatever.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like that, but they turn that into like a puzzle-solving FPS. It's honestly really fun.
What DC did was make him a superhero.
sondern besitzt auch einen schwarzen
It's just so. I mean,
Sportartis gibt, wie ihr hier deutlich sehen könnt. Die Bewegungen in True Crime wurden
I keep forgetting
ähnlich
that
wie
True
bei Sony's
Crime
Rise to
Yeah.
developers
just show
also
you
work
this?
on
und dann
Sleeping
ins Spiel
Dogs, I think.
übertragen. Ob
it
ihr
looks
bei
very.
True
I was about to
Crime
comment that it would look very Sleepy Dogs, but then I got distracted by the show you kid.
Macht, bleibt euch überlassen.
What the
Meiner
fuck?
Meinung nach ein Spiel,
Yeah, this game is
Double
mad
wheeler.
goofy.
Fall im Auge behalten sollte.
Yeah,
That was
Deadman
True Crime
in,
LA.
in Brave and the Bold.
Crimson Skies!
Crimson
Yeah,
Skies
I
habe ich mich
still
gefreut,
need to
seitdem
play
ich
this.
Oh my
I
god, this
played
game's
the
multiplayer is
demo
great.
Flügelabenteuer
back in the
gespielt habe.
day, but
In Crimson Skies
Great
übernehmt ihr
multiplayer.
das
You gotta get a good
Piraten-
group of friends around to play that.
der
But if you get some
I'm
good
not
friends
a
around.
big multiplayer kind of guy.
That's correct.
seinen Lebensunterhalt zu
Honestly, this and Propeller Arena on Dreamcast fit well
Das Spiel
together.
ist missionsbasiert.
Well,
Hier
one
sind
of the
wir
issues I also have
beschäftigt,
is
die
that I play so many, like, I like so many
Piraten
different
Geld
kinds of games
auszumerzen.
that even for
Klappt
like
nicht
a
richtig gut.
casual,
Außerdem haben die Piraten
you
was
know,
dagegen
have a
und
game
stellen
night with the
sofort
boys kind of thing, it's
Frische
hard to get
auf den
people
Hals.
together because
Right.
Skies sieht nicht nur
It-
gut
I
aus,
need
sondern macht
so
auch
many
richtig Spaß. Die
different
Steuerung ist schön einfach
people
gehalten und ihr könnt
because I
gut
play
zur
just about anything.
Eingewöhnungszeit
I know JUNII was also recently playing a bunch of Tom Clancy games. I think they're playing one of the Ghost Recon games for Excellent Kai this month. Ghost Recon 2 Summit Strike or whatever.
I still want to do a co-op run of Wildlands.
Auf der E3 hatten Gunnar und Alex tierische Probleme.
But yeah, the
I don't
Tom
have
Clancy game on
Wildlands. It's
Xbox.
not what I
Yeah,
thought.
it's one that came out after the Assassin's Creed formula, so.
Yeah.
Im neuen Herr der Ringe Spiel von
Also, hi,
Electronic Arts geht's noch heftiger zur Sache
Hey,
als
Lord of the
die
Rings.
realen
Yes.
Vorgänger. Schöne
Herr des
Grafik,
Ringes,
Gegner und vor allen Dingen
Rückkehr
die
des
Charaktere
Königs.
sollen Kino- und Buchfans
Talking
zum
about Lord of the Rings, you saw Gollum?
Neben
Which Lord of the Rings game is
Yeah.
this?
Legolas
Oh,
beginnen
for
auch
fuck's
mit
sake,
Gandalf,
don't
Ian,
just-
Is this Lord of the Rings Dynasty Warriors?
Hola, Cocodrilo.
No, this is this is Return of the King.
Damit die
Oh.
Rückkehr
Yeah.
des Königs nicht
Yeah, because I know Third Age was a Final Fantasy X
haben
clone.
die Leute von Electronic Arts
No.
zusätzlich einen Kooperationsmodus.
Oh yeah, that was
Das heißt,
Final
ihr
Fantasy,
könnt
yes.
jetzt zu zweit
Yeah, Third Age.
gleichzeitig in die Schlacht
Yeah.
ziehen.
Although it was kind of entertaining, it had some interesting mechanics. Although the crafting system was absolute dog shit.
Sondern habt die Möglichkeit, jede Menge coolen
To level up your spells, you had to equip an item like materia and then use it X amount of times. So I was like, alright, let's get to grinding, right? Yeah, for the crafting one, oh, just do this 300 times, but you can only do it in combat 300 fucking times.
Als auch online mit bis zu 3
Oh my
Mitspielern
god, how this
gezockt
game
werden
looks
kann.
worse than the
Obwohl
PS1
das
game.
Spiel auch im Singleplayer-Modus Spaß macht, merkt
I have
man
yet to play
deutlich,
Siphon
dass
Filter.
Siphon-Filter
Has there actually been a good Lord of the Rings game?
Multiplayer-Einsatz
I don't know, but if there was, it peaked here.
Depends on what you're looking for, right? I quite enjoyed Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
Yeah, Shadow of Mordor is a great game.
But
Well-
are those Lord of the Rings movie games?
Anything better than the recently released Gollum game.
Dabei
I
tretet ihr
think
mit
the Lord of
unterschiedlichen
the-
Waffen
Let's be
gegen
honest.
ziemlich alles an, was die griechische oder römische
Go on, Uni,
Mythologie
sorry.
hergibt.
I was gonna say, I think
Egal,
that
was für
that
ein
Lord of
Game
the
es
Ring
sich
was
handelt,
actually
ihr erfasst das Bild
had
einfach
good
per Autolog
reception.
und nehmt es dann per
Gollum game?
Shadow of War, etc. Assassin's
No,
Creed
not
Mordor.
not Shadow of Mordor. Like this Lord of the Ring, like the Return of the King.
Yeah, I've heard some sort of
Alle, die
alright
sich nach
ish
Nightfire
things.
sorgen und
On.
die Zukunft
Yeah.
ihres
It was like the
Lieblingsagenten
4-player
gemacht
one,
haben, können
where you get to play like
aufatmen,
4
denn
players
James
at the same
Bond kehrt
time,
zurück in
or 2
007
players.
Everything or Nothing.
Finally, a Bond game that actually features
Ähnlich wie
Pierce
beim
Brosnan.
Vorgänger wurde die Story aus dem Besten, was die
What do you
bisher
mean?
erschienenen Bond-Filme
This was the first one that he actually lended his voice to.
Wundert euch
Oh,
also nicht,
he
wenn euch
actually
in
voiced
Levels
him. Okay,
das
okay,
ein
okay.
oder andere unbekannt
That's what
war.
you meant.
Yeah, all the other ones, it was just his likeness, but he didn't voice
Neben
them.
einer
Although, I want to say Nightfire is probably the better game, just based on the multiplayer alone,
And I
but...
wanna say, by the way, that the Lego Lord of the Rings games were also relatively well received, but yeah, again, it depends on what you want. Like, do you want Lord of the Rings the universe? Or do you want-
Not McFarlane.
That's definitely McFarlane style. That is definitely his sort of design.
Yeah, I was thinking Spawn in the Demon's Hand.
Ob's was Besonderes wird, muss sich erst noch zeigen.
Wait, this is playing like
In dem
Shadow, like
missionsbasierten
no Shadow.
First-Person-Shooter Fire
Oh, here we go, Fire Warrior.
Warhammer-Universum
Yeah, this is the Warhammer FPS I was thinking of.
And
I
of
want to
course
play
the
this
Germans
one.
would talk about it because the Space Marines are based on World War One.
Zielen zusammen, es gibt unzählige Wumm und jede Menge
I don't know shit about Warhammer, though. I don't play
Besonders Fans des
any...
Warhammer
Oh,
Warhammer
let me
reviews.
put it this way. They have everything is war, so the entire human imperium
Ob
is
Fire Warrior
basically a
online
war
spielbar sein wird,
economy
steht zurzeit noch nicht
that
fest.
is aggressively xenophobic and fascist, just in political structure, right?
Hey, endlich mal ein Capcom-Titel ohne
And the
Zombies,
designs
ohne
are all
Action
like
und
World War
ohne
One.
Meter-
There's
und
actually like a
Ihr seht
chemical
hier gerade
warfare
Gotcha
planet
Force
that
für
is
den GameCube.
covered in eternal
In dem
trenches
Shooter
and
übernimmt ihr das
gas and
Kommando
everything.
über ein Team von
There's
2 Leuten,
a
einer
commissar
steuert vom
that
Computer
will
oder am
execute you for
Computer steuert
treason
und
on the
müsst eine
spot.
feindliche Spielzeugarmee von der Tischplatte
It's like it goes
Spielt sich
over
ein
the
bisschen
top,
wie
and the
Army
design
Men
of
meets Power Stone.
the
Uns hat's Spaß gemacht. Das fertige Spiel
Vulcan
soll
looks
4
really
Spieler
cool.
Splitscreen
So the design of the
unterstützen,
commissars
also
is
was
very like
Metal Gear mit Bräuten.
First World War,
Naja, nicht ganz.
second
Konamis
like
Cygirls basiert
40s
auf einer in Japan sehr
inspired,
populären Actionfiguren-Serie und lässt
you know,
euch
the
knallharte
military
Feuergefechte
police.
mit fiesen Finishen.
Also, I just want to say,
Also,
I hope you picked up Gotcha Force back in the day, because that's a $600 game now.
I did not.
What is this game? Looks
Ein
fun.
Fest für
That girl's
Vibe
my
Hey,
favorite.
Gradius.
in Gradius
Gradius
5
5,
ihr wieder
very
den
decent shooter on the
Bauwagen,
PS2.
knallt alles weg, was sich euch in den Weg stellt, sammelt fette Extrawaffen
I miss
ein
these
und
old school
sorgt zur Ruhe
smokes.
im Weltraum.
What
Tolle
was the
Grafik,
other one?
viele
Sylphid, I
bei
think,
Gradius
had a
5 kann
PS2
man
game.
nichts mehr schieben.
Right? Yeah, what was this? Sylphid Lost Planet. Also
Auch
published
wenn
by
so
Working
aussieht, das hier
Designs.
ist nicht Sam Fisher bei einem Urlaub im
Sam
Bagdad,
Fisher?
sondern der Held
Why is
des
it Sam
neuen
Yeah, no, he was saying
Films,
this is not
das
Sam Fisher on
Sketch.
holiday.
Die Kamera der
That's
Xbox-Version
like his
hatte noch so
intro
ihre
statement
Problemchen.
for this.
Dafür gab's schöne Effekte.
I'm like, how the
und jede
fuck does
Menge
this look
Sachen
like
zu
Sam
sehen.
Fisher? Like,
I mean, I see why. I
Der
see why
Typ, der
he
hier so
thinks.
mächtig mit dem
Alter
Schwert
Echo.
zuhaut, ist
I-
Nevin, Titelheld von THQ.
I remember seeing trailers for Alter Echo, actually. This was kind of an interesting game, and I might, if there's a demo for this, I might play it.
Why does he look so edgy? Like, what's with the torn cape and...
Einmal die Schwertprüglerform, dann die
It's
Ballerform,
around that
die
time where
Regal-
everything is gonna get edgy.
I guess.
It's like
Und
it
ein
was
Alter
just a
Echo is
marketing
just
scheme,
useless
you know.
with
That's
the
what the
art.
higher ups wanted like games to be
Another-
eventually.
Oh, yeah, no,
Zusätzlich
this
kann
is
man
what
die Zeit
people
anhalten und
thought
so
was cool
völlig
at the time.
ungefährdet auf seine
And to an
Feinde
extent it is, but
Alles
then
in
there's
allem
also
ein
like,
solides Spiel ohne große
God,
You
he looks so
know,
goofy.
Es kann ja noch
yes.
Oh,
Like,
God,
this
it's
is,
Oh, he's
almost like
like-
this is
Ben
like Ben
Yeah.
10, edgy Ben 10, basically.
Spawn.
Oh, speaking of
Spawn
edgy,
Armageddon.
here we fucking go.
This unceremoniously is actually the best Spawn game. Like I wanted to give the grace to Spawn and the Demon's Hand, but Spawn Armageddon is basically
it has
Spawn's
Devil
Devil May
May
Cry.
Cry
Yeah,
Jump
it's Spawn's
combos.
Devil May Cry. This game is fucking awesome. I think JUNII would absolutely love this
Oh,
game
he's
if he
doing the
tries it.
same movement as Dante. What the fuck?
Who
Oh
did-
my god, it's a
Devil May
fucking
Cry.
straight up rip off
Okay.
of Devil May
Who did
Cry.
this one? It was published by Namco.
Oh, I remember
Point of view in
this
Namco.
Okay, not gonna lie, I'm already intrigued by the concept.
Which game is this?
Firefighter.
Oh, FD18. Yeah, Kyle's actually played this game. Yeah, I've seen this one before.
I love the concept.
This one's cool.
Just because it's so different.
I think this wasn't even like the only firefighter game on PS2. I think there might have been like a Simple Series one as well. I need to double check.
I also think I got 911 emergency call on Steam or something like that, where your entire job is to just be the dispatcher. And it just sounds so incredibly...
Sega.
I don't know, it sounds
Sega.
so weird and niche, and I just love it.
Sega did like a 911 ambulance game. It was only in the arcade, but it was like almost like Crazy Taxi, but you're driving an ambulance.
Yes, and the timer is linked to the frame drops. No, sorry, the frame rate. So if at any point you emulate it and you lose frames, you are literally
Counter-Strike
not
on
going to make
Xbox.
it. Also, the game is impossible to beat on automatic gear. Spike actually played it, and it's definitely a thing.
Out of all the excellent Kai games, I've also played the most out of Counter-Strike is probably the other one. Genre
This is an
Überblick.
overview of action-adventure games.
Oh yeah, that canceled StarCraft game.
Oh, yay, the game we're never getting.
Now this game
Oh,
wanted to be
and
like
now
Splinter Cell.
Okay, so you just said the game that is supposed to be released
Wenn
this
man
year.
dadurch die für den Entwickler typische Qualität erwarten kann, soll uns das nur recht sein.
Actually,
Auf der
Somebody's
E3
car alarm is going
I'm
off.
so mad this game is not real, dude. I would have played it.
Yeah,
this-
This I probably would have played over regular
Und
StarCraft.
ihn mit einem Taser
Oh,
betäubt.
yes.
Hopefully there's like
I
a
would've played
demo
both.
or some prototype out there.
There's a couple more things that are just weird, like they were also planning a Warcraft point and click and shit like that, and
Wir
it's
hoffen,
like,
dass wir bald
oh,
mal eine
shit.
Yeah, the Warcraft with the
What?
cutscenes done by the Zelda CDI guys.
Bisher müssen wir uns noch mit so kleinen Abschnitten begnügen.
It has ragdoll physics, even before Chaos Theory.
Back to the Roots heißt es im neuen
Back to
Metal
the
Gear Solid,
Roots.
von dem es auf der E3 einen sehr ausführlichen Trailer zu
Golly, I
sehen
wonder
gab.
what game this
Im
is.
Spiel geht es mit Solid Snake zurück in den Dschungel und in die
It's
60er
SOCOM
Jahre.
4.
Wir hoffen allerdings
So-
wirklich, dass uns diesmal keine
massive
bösen
When did
Twin
Leute
Snakes
bezüglich
come
des
out?
Hauptcharakters
Was
erwarten.
Twin Snakes was
Naja,
04.
zumindest versicherte uns Producer Hideo Kojima in unserem
Twin
Interview,
Snakes
dass es
and
nur
MGS3
einen
both
Helden
came
im
out the
Spiel
same
geben
year.
wird, und zwar mit dem Codenamen Snake. Neben einem Filmchen von Metal
What
Gear
perfect
Solid
timing as well, considering, you know, between the last time we did this and this time, we just got a trailer for the new Metal Gear Solid. I wanna be, I mean, now that we know like some things about it, like they're literally just reusing most of the audio from the original game, but I kind of want to be cautiously optimistic because seeing how, I mean, hearing about this, seeing how some like Metal Gear games have been made without Kojima, can we do a remake of Metal Gear Solid Justice without Kojima?
I mean, if they follow everything, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, if it's just like, you know, refurbishing, like, you know, just upscale it, so to speak, right? Just the exact same game, but with a bit of modern.
They literally cannot fuck up this remake. If they fucked up this remake, they have no faith.
Of course they can fuck it up. Like, all they have to, I have one word for you, microtransactions.
How do they put microtransactions in Metal Gear Solid 3?
Bro, they tried doing it in the Deus Ex game.
The only way they can do microtransaction if they bring back Metal Gear Online as well. Because Metal Gear 3, if you didn't know, also released with Metal Gear Online. It released with a multiplayer back in the day when this was not even popular.
What possible microtransactions could they possibly put in?
Costumes.
Listen, the Deus Ex, not the first one, but the second one from Reboot by Square Enix, had planned and launched with microtransactions. It was a full single-player experience.
I mean, Metal Gear 5 got microtransactions. But it was only, well...
Oh, this is the one with the franchise, by the way. Never mind. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. I won't be surprised. The only way they can add microtransaction to Metal Gear remake, they need to bring back Metal Gear Online.
Thank you for the follow.
Only way.
Investigate. Welcome in.
No, they don't
Unter
need
Ausnutzung
to.
verschiedener Gadgets und Waffen sowie spezieller Implantate kann
How you doing, bud? Welcome to E3 2003.
großen Getöse zu Werke geht.
Yo,
Die
yo,
Grafik
yo.
ist recht ordentlich, wenn auch nicht der Überhammer. Dafür bietet der Titel aber ein sehr ausgereiftes Physiksystem und eine immense Spieltiefe.
Yeah,
It's
we
Da
have
Soul Reaver und Blood Omen
I've
einen
Soul
Reaver.
Soul Reaver.
packte Crystal Dynamics beide Hauptcharaktere einfach
This
zusammen.
is,
und
This is-
herausgekommen ist Legacy
oh,
of
this is
Kain
Defiance.
There's Defiance.
Hier
Defiance
könnt ihr
is
sowohl
great,
als
dude.
Vampir-Zombie
This is
Raphael,
Joint Investigator's
düstere
friend of
Welt
mine.
Nosgos schleichen, als
Okay.
auch als Blutsauger
I
Fürst
love
Kain.
Defiance so
Beide
fucking
nutzen
much.
den seelenfressenden
Yeah,
Soul
Raziel
Reaver
is such
als
an
Waffe. Raziel
underappreciated
in spektraler
protagonist.
Form und Kain in
And
physischer.
he's also the right level of edgy, right?
Neben dem Soul
das
Reaver
Beste.
können die beiden Anti-Helden aber auch telekinetische
Oh,
Fähigkeiten einsetzen, wie man hier sehr schön sehen kann.
I gotta say, there's
Grafisch hat der
never
Titel
been a
zu den
coolest
Vorgängern noch
fucking
einmal eine
vampire than
gehörige
Kane.
Portion zugelegt.
Spike.
Läuft das Spiel
Care.
am Ende auf allen
No,
drei
Spike
Konsolen so
from
ruckelfrei
Buffy the
wie auf der
Vampire
E3,
Slayer.
Dann haben wir hier auf
Oh.
jeden Fall einen Hit.
Put that to the test.
Oh,
Ganz schön
Did we see,
Shinji
Dracula
Mikami.
Oh yeah, the odd Resident Evil 4 that never
Anspielzeit von
happened.
Resident Evil 4 zu gönnen, präsentierte der Resident Evil Guru
Oh,
nur
yeah,
einen
the
kurzen
one-
I have a couple
Trailer
RE trailers there.
Horrorspektakel.
They were trying to do something
Nun, was wir
different.
hier sehen können,
Yeah, I
ist
can
nicht
respect
wirklich das
it,
Blut in den
you know?
Adern gefrieren. Und
Yeah,
macht
because
auf
if I
jeden Fall
remember,
Appetit auf
Shinji
mehr.
Mikami was
Die
kind of
Echtzeithintergründe
tired
sehen
of like
fantastisch aus
the same
und neben
survival horror,
Zombies gibt es neue
so they
fürchterliche
really tried to do
Gegner.
something different.
So he turned it into
Bei
Eternal
Teil 4 wird auf jeden Fall
Darkness.
ein schön
Yeah, but
schauriges
I mean,
Jahr.
yeah, but come on. I mean, I can see the guy also just going like,
Wir
look,
haben
we've
zwar
done
im
zombies,
Vorschauteil
we've done the
dieser
whole
DVD einen
bioweapon
ausführlichen Bericht zu
thing. Let's try
Capcom's
something different.
Online-Spektakel Resident
And in
Evil
fact,
Outbreak,
it can
aber der
actually work
Vollständigkeit
for
halber darf es
Resident
im
Evil because
Action-Adventure-Ausblick natürlich nicht fehlen.
hallucination is a real
Bis zu
thing that
4 Leute
happens.
können hier
Ah,
online
yeah,
auf
don't I
zum
know that.
Berg gehen und in
don't-
Zusammenarbeit
And
mit
don't
there's
remember the
medicines and
Für
by things
PS2-Besitzer
like
ohne
that will
Anschluss
make you
ans Netz
hallucinate.
gibt es sogar
Do you
einen
know that
Online-
Look, you
COVID-
just put a bunch of LSD in the water, you're done.
Yeah, do you know that COVID actually
Eine der
got
ganz
people to
großen
hallucinate?
Überraschungen der E3
Oh,
war ja
got
sicher
COVID?
Prince of
No,
Persia,
it's
der
not
Don't be
too
surprised.
bad, because fever
unverschämt gut
hallucinations
aus.
are a thing.
Wer darauf
Yeah.
wartet, dass endlich einmal
It's
wieder
fever
ein waschechter
delirium, so, you
Action-Adventure
know.
auf den
Yeah.
Markt kommt, der sollte sich
It's-
diesen
It's not necessarily
Titel schon
COVID
einmal
that did it,
vormerken.
it's the fact that they had a fever.
Yeah,
Das Spiel
so
von Ubisoft hat nämlich alles,
Yeah, this is
was ein
Prince of
Vertreter
Persia.
dieses Genres braucht.
Yeah.
Viele Hüpf- und
the idea that
Klettereinlagen,
Leon is
verschiedene Rätsel
infected
und
and he's
natürlich
hallucinating,
abenteuerliche Kämpfe
you know,
mit
they
vielen
want, they
unterschiedlichen
still
Moves.
did that with Resident Evil
Wir sind
4,
gespannt
so
auf das
the
fertige
final
Spiel, das
Resident
schon im
Evil 4.
November hier in Deutschland erscheinen soll.
And again, like, I can
Als
respect
wir
the fact that they're like,
Cameo
"Oh, let's
elements of
explore
power."
the whole
Wussten wir,
bioweapon
dass das ein
thing.
echter
Let's try
Rare
something
Titel
else for a second.
Knuffiges
Oh, shit,
Charakterdesign,
Plant
schräger
vs.
Humor
Zombies.
und ein
Oh.
ausgefuchstes
No, this is
It's
cameo
not a
elements of
zombie,
power.
it's a Warcraft 2
Als
orc.
namensgebende
Don't think about it too
Elfenprinzessin müsst
hard.
ihr verschiedene
I
Monster
have this
fangen,
game on
die ihr euch
360,
dann
and I've been meaning to
verwandeln
play it at some point
könnt ihr euch
because
dann
I want to
Feature
know
Pots
more
und
about the
andere
history of this
Gesellen
game, for
und
how
Rätsel
long it was in
lösen.
development.
In ihrer normalen
Again, 6
Form
years in
ist Maria
development
nicht
for this
wirklich
game to come
stark,
out.
aber in Monsterform teilt sie
So
ordentlich
on
aus.
N64, then GameCube, then Xbox,
Zusätzlich
and then a
dazu
launch title
hat
for the
jede
360.
Monsterform andere Fähigkeiten zu
From the
bieten, die
looks
euch
of
an
it, I
bestimmten
can
Stellen
sort of
besonders nützlich
see
sind.
the what they were
Besonders Henry
going
freut
for. I
sich
like
schon
the
tierisch auf das Spiel.
concept.
This
Right.
is, I mean, this ended up being post-Nintendo
Der neueste Teil
Microsoft
der
Rare.
Pitfall-Serie versetzt
Oh, shit,
euch
Pitfall.
abermals in die Stiefel des Entdeckers Harry.
Oh yeah, the other
The
3D
aw
Pitfall
game.
game.
In 50
I only really know about
Fällen
the
müsst ihr euch mit
3D Pitfall game on the
Problemen,
PS1.
Bäumen, fleischfressenden Bestien und
I'm just
unübersichtlichen
confused
Abgründen
how we
herumschlagen.
went from a
Was nicht ohne
side-scrolling,
eine
like,
gehörige
jump
Portion
onto
Humor
vines to let's try to make
Das
this
Spiel
Crash
ist zwar recht
Bandicoot
linear, aber
kind
mit
of.
Umgebungen wie Dschungeln,
I
Gräbern
mean,
und
the idea is
Tempeln
there.
You're not
I think the
kidding.
idea can work.
He's literally spinning the
Yes,
block.
but I don't.
Hier in Deutschland hat
The
die
art
fast
style
Doppelagenten
seems
Sidney
weird.
Bristol
Is this
Oh, yeah,
Charlie's
I thought it was
Angels? Oh no,
Okay.
this
Da
is
darf natürlich auch ein
this is
ähnliches
Alias.
Videospiel nicht fehlen.
Is this Charlie Angels?
No, this is
Umsetzung von
Alias.
Acclaim nicht wie das
Oh,
typische
okay. Oh,
Lizenz-
This is based on the TV
Dessen
show,
kleine
but
Agentin
Cha-
gehört,
Charlie's
die
Angels
versuchen, möglichst
had
unbemerkt
me
eure
close
Aufgaben
to
zu
it.
erledigen. Dazu
I think
bleibt
the
euch
Charlie's
auch
Angels game
benutzt
came out this year,
verschiedene
right?
technische Gadgets. Sollte es doch
I
einmal
don't
brenzlig
remember.
werden, könnt ihr natürlich auf eure Martial Arts Fähigkeiten zurückgreifen.
I love just the FMV like recorded footage.
Yeah,
of
Charlie's
it.
Angels.
Arbeitet wirklich sehr fleißig an mehreren Spielen für Microsofts Konsole.
Yeah, grab by the
Eines
ghouls.
Grab by the
davon ist
Ghoulies.
das ungewöhnliche Horrorabenteuer Grab by the
Post
Ghoulies.
Post Nintendo Rare
Jeder
just
ist ein
hits
Raum
completely
eines
differently.
versuchten Hauses. Müsst ihr euch
Not
mit
necessarily
Horden
for
von
the better.
Monstern und Geistern
It's not a bad game, I'd say, but
sondern auch gern mal
It gets
Stühle,
really boring
Billardstöcke oder
really
was euch
quickly.
sonst noch so in die Finger kommt.
yeah, it's no Banjo-Kazooie. The magic from Nintendo Rare is long gone by this point.
I think the main problem with this
Espionage
game is just
versetzt euch in
pacing.
eine Welt, in der Menschen mit besonderen
The pacing of
psychischen
that game is just
Fähigkeiten nichts
awful.
Ungewöhnliches sind. Euer alter Ego ist einer von ihnen. Auf der Suche
What game
nach
is
seiner
this?
Vergangenheit muss er sich mit
I
allerlei
heard
bösen
the words
Gesindungen
alter
herumschlagen.
ego.
Neben normalen Waffen nutzt er seine diversen
And
Psychokräfte wie
it
Telekinese
looks
und
like a
Pyrokinese, um sich zu wehren.
psychic
Eine nicht
dude
ganz
with psychic
gewöhnliche Spielidee. Wir
powers,
sind
Mass
gespannt.
Effect style kind of game,
Was
but
für ein Name.
Tack!
Tuck
Man, I haven't seen Tack in a while.
handelt von einem kleinen Eingeborenen mit dem Namen Tuck, der auszieht, um sein Dorf zu retten,
Tack,
indem er die magischen
honestly, I think
Mondsteine findet.
Tack kind of
Dazu nutzt er
people
eine
know him
Kraft,
more
die
for his
seine Leute
Nickelodeon show than
Jojo
his
nennen
actual
und die
game,
ein
but
wenig an das weltliche
Tack is
Wesen
kind of one of the more forgotten.
never heard
etwas
of a little
weniger
fucker.
Action,
Yeah,
dafür
no,
umso
Tack
mehr
is one of the more
Action,
forgotten
könnte mit seinem
PS2,
bösen
Xbox,
Humor nicht nur
GameCube
Kindern, sondern
mascot
auch den
kind of
erwachsenen
platform
Zockern
characters.
gefallen.
He's not as recognizable as like Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, but a couple of his
Sphinx
games were
and the
decent.
Shadow of Seth ist genau wie Prince of
I'd say play them if you like the
Persia
Nicktoons
der alten Schule.
GameCube games.
Beim ersten Anspielen erinnerte uns der Titel sogar ein bisschen an den Klassiker Tomb Raider.
Tomb
Im alten
Raider.
Ägypten müsst ihr als Halbgott Sphinx und als modernde Mumie euren Weg
Wait,
durch
is this-
verschiedene Levels finden, indem ihr Rätsel
No, this
löst
isn't
und
odd,
Feinde
is it?
bekämpft. Der Titel machte beim Anspielen
No.
einen recht ordentlichen Eindruck.
no, this is not. No, they said
In
what it was, but I
Amerika
don't
gibt es
remember.
eine Neuauflage der alten He-Man Zeichentrickserie.
Okay,
Das war für
He-Man.
Entwickler Savage
Wait, I
Entertainment
think this
auch
He-Man
ein
game was also
Spiel mit
canceled.
der angestaubten
Or
Lizenz
either...
Das Ergebnis hat uns auf der E3 nicht gerade vom Hocker gehauen.
There was a He-Man game on
Aber
Xbox that got canceled.
He-Man-Liebhaber könnte der Titel so
God, what
etwas sein.
game is this?
I don't understand what the fuck kind of animation I was just looking
It
at.
might have been the PS2 PAL exclusive He-Man game.
Nicht viel zu sagen. Sicher einer der am
But yeah, there was a He-Man game. There was on
I don't-
wenigen echten Highlights auf
Yeah,
der
sorry,
E3 für
go
den
on.
Nintendo-Würfel.
Yeah, there was a He-Man game on PS2 that was only released in Europe, and then there was an Xbox prototype of it, so that might have been it.
Der andere
I heard it was not that good though.
Die Strecken
I
erinnern
was
sehr
just
stark
gonna
an
say, I don't
Mario Kart
understand why
64,
we
nicht sehr
went from
originell,
action
aber
adventure
Nintendo setzt eben
to
auf
just
altbewährtes
instantly
und
double
das
dash.
funktioniert auch wunderbar. Vor allem
Like,
im
I do
Multiplayer-Modus
not see the.
macht
I'm not the
Double
only
Dash
one, right? That
Yeah,
doesn't
no, the
understand
pacing for this is
this
weird.
Segue.
Okay, it's anybody's game. The winner is getting a Game Boy Advance SP case.
Just the case, not the actual SP.
Wow, not even the game.
Not even-
like
At E3 2001, they had.
You get a box. Are you happy? You're getting a box.
You still have to buy the console. But no, at E301, when they had the roulette table and you landed on it, they were straight up giving away free Game Boy Advances.
Hit 'em. Anyway.
I guess they kind of had to downgrade their budget a little bit.
You will win the Game Boy Advance SP case.
Downgrade the budget a little bit. Like,
How about like giving like a
don't do
free copy of?
anything then.
How about giving like a free copy of like Mario Kart Super Circuit? Because that was out at this time.
No, but, like, yeah, but a fucking case. Like, they're not cats. You can't appease them with a cardboard box.
Wir bleiben bei den Game-Highlights.
Anybody who wins this game just gets the fucking manual.
Die schnellsten Rennspiele, die ich je gesehen habe. Ihr schießt mit einem Affenzahn.
F-Zero GX.
F-Zero läuft dabei super.
I think I have yet to play the arcade version of this. I have played the Mario Kart arcade games, but I have never played the arcade version of this game. And I want to try that at some
forget
point.
that they made arcade versions of Nintendo games.
There was supposed to be an arcade Star Fox game as well, but I think that got canceled. That was also in development. I want to say by the same
Nintendo
guys.
just never really, you know, I never put them together.
Roller
Wait,
spiel.
so no, whoa. If this is the next overview,
So
which is
wirklich
role-playing
überwältigend
game,
war die
I've played
Auswahl
this
an
game. It's
gezeigten
pretty
RPGs
interesting.
auf der E3 zwar nicht. Natürlich gibt es trotzdem ein paar Perlen,
Then
die
that
wir
means
euch
that they
keinesfalls
put
vorenthalten
Double
wollen.
Dash
Wir fangen
into
mit Final
the
Fantasy 11 an. Hier seht ihr den Trailer dazu. Das in Japan schon
Yeah,
seit
then they
einigen
put
Wochen erhältlich
Double
ist.
Dash into
Spielerisch
the
erinnert der
fucking
neueste Wurf von Squaresoft
Action
an
Adventure
PC-Titel
category.
wie Anarchy
Okay.
Online oder EverQuest. Ansonsten ist vieles beim alten.
I'm wondering if we'll
Eine
see the
konsequente Umsetzung
that
mit
one
einem
canceled
Rollenspiel.
Xbox MMO
In
again.
Deutschland kommt
I
jetzt
want to learn
erstmal
more about
Final
that.
Fantasy
That
This is
2 auf den
not
True
Markt.
Fantasy.
Darüber werden wir
game I
in einer der
meant, by the
nächsten
way. I thought it was a
Ausgaben
different
noch mal
game.
What game is this?
Not
I have no
sure.
idea.
Oh, is this
They
Final?
mentioned Final Fantasy.
Is Final
so this
Fantasy
could be
11?
11?
I think I was out in Japan, but it wasn't. Oh no, this is
Auf
Sudeki.
der E3 sehr positiv überrascht. Es sieht super aus.
Still
Yeah,
need to try that.
I
I've
recognize
got
this
that
game.
buddy,
Spieltypisch
like,
teilt
ready
sich
to
das
go
Gameplay in
upstairs.
Kampfparts.
I was honestly shocked and surprised to see that this game held up
ihres
well.
Charakters.
I thought for an Xbox exclusive RPG, it wouldn't be much to it, but I honestly genuinely enjoyed this game.
This is the most footage I have seen of Sudeki. I bought it because I was specifically looking for just any RPG at some point, collecting those, and I've never fired it up.
It's worth your. It was like a 15-hour playthrough for me. It's also on PC. I think it's on Steam, but I paid $15 for it, and I decently enjoyed it.
Die Ordnung
I've got the Xbox version, so all I need to do is just hook up my
Das Spiel
capture
steuert
card
sich
if I
ganz
ever
ähnlich wie
end up
Baldur's
streaming
Gate,
again.
das wir euch gleich zeigen.
This what is this? Baldur's Gate?
No, because it has guns.
Dark Alliance 2
This is
ist
Dark
nicht
Alliance.
Yeah, this is
wirklich
Baldur's Gate.
innovativ und läuft ähnlich ab wie der Vorgänger. Sieht
No,
vielleicht
he
noch einen
didn't quite
Tick besser
catch what
aus.
the previous
Ihr
game
metzelt
was.
auf
I think I played the
den
demo of
absoluten
this.
Dungeons. 5 Charakter stehen zur Auswahl.
I don't mind this. This kind of reminds me of like a Gauntlet Legends kind of ordeal. I'd say this is probably better with friends. Is
I played
this?
Dark Alliance, and that's kind of interesting.
Is it 4 players or is it just
Twilight of
2?
Spirits geht es um zwei
I
Brüder, die
don't
bei der Geburt
remember,
getrennt
because
wurden.
again,
Sie heißen
don't,
Dark und
don't
Karl.
forget,
Die beiden
I
Yeah.
have
müssen
no
den
one to
Frieden
play
der
with.
Welt
I
Yeah,
live by
wiederherstellen.
myself.
Solche Geschichten kennt man ja.
I'm
Das
a
ist nun
boring
wirklich
neat.
nicht
I have no
originell. Aber
friends.
das Spiel macht durchaus einen guten Eindruck. Es gibt 14 spielbare Charaktere und jede Menge Synchronisation.
Not that RPGs are my
Nerviges
best suit anyways.
Sprachenkessenlesen sollte also wegfallen.
Well, it's got a dragon lady.
Dass Capcom ein Meister im
Onimusha.
Ausschlachten erfolgreicher Marken ist, wird mit diesem
What's that
Spiel
power
wieder
sound?
mal ein
Yeah,
this
this
is
is-
Onimusha Power Stone.
Yeah, this is Onimusha.
Onimusha Blade Warriors kommt für die PS2 und ist ein ganz spaßiges
PS2.
Multiplayer-Geprügel nach Power Stone Vorbild.
Yeah, not Power Stone.
No,
Wie ihr oben links gerade
no,
seht,
not
könnt
Power
ihr euch in
Stone
den großen
Vorbild.
Levels
Is,
sogar mehrstückig
after
auf die Birne hauen.
Power Stone's example.
Wir
So
sind sehr
based
gespannt
on,
drauf. Das Spiel
inspired
hat auf
by.
jeden Fall Hitpotenzial.
You know what else was kind of a weird Power Stone clone? Have you guys ever played the Billy and Mandy game on GameCube, PS2, and
Bloody
Wii.
Roar Extreme
No, I've
für die
heard about it.
Oh, I've
Xbox
played this
ist
one.
eine
Yeah, I played the demo of this one. I'd never even heard of Bloody Roar before I played this one. I was
Das
like,
Spiel ist in den
when
USA
did
schon erschienen
when did
und
this
dürfte
come and
demnächst auch
go?
hierzulande in die Läden
The
kommen.
issue that I
Bloody Roar
have,
4 für
like
die
memory-wise
PS2
with this
ist da schon
game,
interessanter,
is this was
aber
when I
da
had the
gibt's dazu
toxic
noch kein
friends
Bildmaterial.
who would invite me over to play PlayStation because I didn't have one, and then, oh, let's play fighting
Nein,
games,
das
and
hier
then
ist
I
nicht
just
Dead
get my
or
ass
Alive
whooped
4,
and they'd make fun
sondern
of
der
me and
grafisch
just
etwas
take the,
aufgemotzte zweite
not even
Teil,
take the
der
piss anymore,
zusammen
like
mit dem
literally
Erstling
just
als
become
Dead or
insulting.
Alive Online für die Xbox erscheint.
Forgetting I had no access to a
Wie der
PlayStation
Name
when I
schon
was
sagt,
not at
könnt ihr
their
euch
place and
über
they had
Xbox
fucking
Live
hundreds
heiße
of hours in the
Online-Matches
game.
mit euren Kumpels liefern und bekommt
So I
obendrauf
invited
mit dem
them for a
ersten
LAN
Teil
party
noch einen
once and
echten
decided to
Klassiker
boot
für
up
eure
Unreal tournaments and a
Spielesammlung.
couple of racing games and completely
Der sieht
kicked
zwar im
their asses
Direktvergleich
and did the
ziemlich
exact same
erbärmlich
thing,
aus, macht aber
and then I
trotzdem
was
noch
a
eine Menge
dick.
Spaß.
It'd be like
Das
that,
waren
man.
auch schon alle nennenswerten Prügelspiele der E3.
I think this is Dead or Alive Ultimate.
Habe ich noch einen netten kleinen
It says
Bonus.
online.
Yeah, but they usually change the
technically
name.
Ultimate.
So, oh god,
The other Buffy the
Buffy
Vampire
2, they made a second one?
Yeah, the first one I think was an Xbox exclusive, and then they made the
Oh, God.
second one.
Buffy the Vampire
Yeah, and it
Slayer
did
2.
not go well for the first one,
Deshalb
if I
zeige ich
remember
euch hier
correctly.
nochmal ein paar Bilder
the first
mit
one was
It was alright.
Exposition.
They
They,
had
they,
like a
Neben
really,
Buffy
really
schlüpft
cool
diesmal
dynamic
nämlich auch
combat.
they
wirklich
didn't
der andere
do
Bär.
Sarah Michelle Gellar that bad.
Ob es genauso gut
Ja,
wird wie
doch.
der erste Teil, können wir noch nicht sagen.
Although,
Maybe
you
it's
know,
just like
Willow,
Xbox graphics.
I know how to think
Ein
for Willow. I
bisschen
mean,
simpler und eher im Comic-Stil.
Mystic Magic nerd. But then she turned
das war's
gay.
von meiner Seite aus. Macht's gut und noch viel Spaß mit dem Rest der
Yep,
DVD.
it's June, alright. Alright, what next? Sure, more Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yeah.
I have yet to play this game because I know they have the online servers for this back
Zutaten für
again.
ein gutes
Me
Resident
neither. I haven't
Evil.
played it.
What's the other one on
Umgebung,
PS2?
Zombies,
The,
Rätsel und natürlich
Resident Evil Dead Aim is the other one that I was
Dead
thinking.
Aim, yeah, Dead Aim is
That's the one that had the light gun, right? Or
Untotenverseuchte
something?
Raccoons.
Yeah, that was a light
Yeah.
gun shooter.
Der kann sich jetzt in
It's a light gun
Gesellschaft
shooter that
auf
works
Zombie
with
It's
a controller.
technically-
It's a
Resident
schizo
Evil
ass
Outbreak können
game.
bis zu 4 Spieler
Yeah, no,
online gemeinsam
I
ein Szenario
remember
durchlaufen.
talking to someone who was
Dabei wird
actually
Teamwork ganz
like,
groß geschrieben.
apparently
Damit an dieser Stelle
self-proclaimed
zum
really
Beispiel
good
die
at that
Zombies nicht
game.
durch die Tür brechen können, müssen die
Yeah,
Kräftigen
Dead
im
Aim is
Team die Tür
schizo.
zuhalten. Und zwar so lange,
game is
bis der
fucking
verletzte Polizist in
wild,
Sicherheit
dude.
gebracht
I
wurde.
mean, I still have to get the
Die Untoten in Resident
Yeah,
Evil
but what I
Outbreak
would
sind nämlich nicht ganz
like, 'cause it was
one hand on controller and one hand on the light gun or something?
in andere Räume.
No. So
Nicht
basically, you
jeder der
get
8
to play the whole
abwählbaren
game with the light
Charaktere hat
gun,
von Anfang an eine
and
Waffe.
you
Austauschschülerin
can game
Yoko hat
and you
sich
can
daher zum
move and
Beispiel
all that
einen
stuff.
Besenstiel als
Everything with the
Schlagwaffe
light gun.
gegriffen. Was
It was
dabei aber zu
uncomfortable.
beachten ist, solche Gegenstände
So,
halten
but you
nicht
can play
lange.
with
Man sollte
controller
also
and it
immer
was
einen
fine.
Kollegen mit einer Waffe in der Nähe haben.
I think you can also connect a mouse on the game, and that would work too.
Natürlich kann man sich auch allein auf Entdeckungstour begeben, wenn man es wagt. Denn wie es
Oh,
sich für ein
you still have
Resident
the
Evil
warning
gehört,
in
gibt
there.
es jede Menge nützliche Gegenstände zu entdecken, die euch bei Rätseln weiterhelfen oder eure
I
Gesundheit
have to alert the
auffrischen.
authorities.
Die
Me,
Schreibmaschinen,
I'm
an
the
denen ihr sonst
boomer.
immer speichern konntet, gibt es
You'll
aber
figure
nicht.
out which one.
Wenn ihr sterbt, mutiert ihr für einige Minuten
I'm
zu einem
already on
Zombie, bis ihr
some
euch
sort
eine
of
neue
watch
Gruppe
list
für ein
at this
weiteres
point,
Spiel
mate.
suchen könnt.
Aren't we all?
Da ist
We're all
es
going
ganz
down
einfach,
without a
dass man
fight.
47
sich vor den
years old.
Zombies auch unter einem Bett verstecken kann, damit sie einen nicht finden. Bevor ihr ein Spiel beginnt, solltet ihr euch sicher sein, welche Rolle ihr in der Gruppe
I
übernehmen
may,
wollt.
I'm just fidgeting the
Kellnerin
spinner.
Cindy hier ist beispielsweise gut im Umgang mit
Oh, that makes you
Medizin
a
und kann
streamer.
verletzten Kameraden mit erster Hilfe zur Seite stehen.
I 3D printed
Wer es
this one
lieber
myself.
offensiv angehen lässt, wählt besser
Ah, there
den
we go.
RPG-Korb
Speaking of
Kevin, der
Zoomers.
schon zu Beginn mit großen Wummen hantiert. Und da er so stark ist, könnte er uns eigentlich auch hier mal raushelfen. Unten rechts seht ihr so eine Prozentzahl, die zeigt
Yeah,
an, wie
Outbreak
sehr ihr
is
bereits mit dem
great.
T-Virus
Outbreak is
infiziert seid.
genuinely
I can
one of the
only-
best
Steigt
Resident
die
Evil
Zahl
games.
auf
I mean, I can only imagine how the
Zombie
online went for this in
ist für euch
2003, 04, just based on
Leider konnten
early
wir nicht so lange
broadband, or
spielen, bis wir euch
if
das
you could even play this game on
demonstrieren konnten,
dial-up.
aber wir werden sicherlich bald einmal die Gelegenheit bekommen, den Titel etwas länger
It
anzutesten.
genuinely worked pretty well from what I
Nun,
knew.
vor
I'm
den
wondering,
Zombies hat uns Kevin
aren't
nicht verteidigt,
They
aber
making like a
wenigstens
new
versorgt er uns
Resident
mit
Evil
Heilkräutern.
Online game, something like this.
I
Ihr
don't
könnt
know.
jegliche Gegenstände zwischen
I know there were a
den
lot of
Charakteren
Resident
hin
Evil
und
and
her
Silent Hill games that
Sehr
were
beliebt sind natürlich Heilmittel und
that were
Munition.
announced recently.
You
Was
might be
wir von
talking
Resident
about
Evil Outbreak
Silent Hill
sehen durften,
Ascension.
fanden wir schon
That
richtig
might have
It's
been
an
it.
interactive
Allerdings hatten wir
game
das Gefühl, dass durch
film.
den
Yeah, that might have been
Multiplayer-Aspekt
it.
etwas von der typischen
Honestly, I'm
Resident
just
Evil
holding out for
Spielwelt
whenever we get
verloren
more
ist.
footage of Silent Hill F.
Glücklicherweise bietet das
Yeah,
Spiel
I'm
auch
That's gonna be
einen
another year or
einzelnen
two.
Modus, von dem konnten wir aber leider noch nichts antesten. Wir wissen nur, dass er 5 Szenarien umfassen soll. Sobald es etwas Neues dazu gibt, werden wir euch sicherlich informieren.
Nicht geplant. Oh no. No.
Ihr kennt mich. Ich bin kein Fan
Speaking of Capcom games I wanted to forget about.
Gedanken. Trotzdem denke ich, dass es
I hope come the day I ever get to play Dino Crisis 2
Wir kennen ja alle
leaves a way better taste.
This
Leaves a way better taste in my mouth
Dino
than
Crisis
Dino
game.
Crisis one.
Ich denke,
Yeah, this is the one that everybody wants to forget about.
Actionspiele können nämlich durchaus geistig stimulieren, denn sie eröffnen einem häufig.
How did this game end up being an Xbox exclusive?
Ihr wolltet schon immer wissen, wie sich ein Big
Honestly,
Mac
no
fühlt, der
idea.
sich unter euren gierigen Augen auf das Unvermeidliche vorbereitet.
So realistically, if I'm playing through the series, I'd have to play it on 3 different consoles. Because I played Dino Crisis 1 on Dreamcast. I'm playing 2. I would play 2 on PlayStation, and then I had 3 on Xbox. That would suck if like every time a new game came out, it was on the other console.
Oh yeah, that's called Street Fighter 5 to
Und
Street
da
Fighter
sind
6.
wir auch schon. In Gestalt der zweibeinigen
I mean, Street Fighter 6 is
habt
still
ihr die
on-
Aufgabe, an Bord
on
eines
Sony, but
mysteriösen
Street Fighter
Raumschiffes nach
5
den
never
Rechen
came
zu
out
sehen.
on Xbox.
Entgegen einer beliebten Capcom-Thematik
It was only
Ja.
gibt es
PC and
allerdings nicht
PlayStation.
mit hungrigen Zombies, sondern mit rabiaten Riesenechsen zu tun. Gut,
Imagine if a
zugegeben,
Street Fighter game
diese
only
Würmer
comes
hier
out on
sind zwar
PC.
klein, aber nicht weniger gefräßig als ihre schuppigen Verwandten. Nur gut, dass Patrick gut ausgerüstet ist und sich mit seiner Standardwumme selbstständig von der Speisekarte der Kriechviecher streichen kann. Sollte es trotzdem mal brenzlig
They're probably gonna have to make an arcade version of Street Fighter 6 as well too, right?
Entweder ihr zischt damit blitzschnell über den Boden oder ihr
Probably
hebt euch
the
in luftige
Street Fighter
Höhen,
6
um
C
Hindernisse
version.
zu erklimmen oder einfach den
Like they
Feinden
did
zu
with Street Fighter
entwischen.
5.
Discord bro. Oh crap.
Oh.
Hallo
didn't
Süße,
even realize
möchtest
that.
du dir mein Gewehr mal etwas
You should
näher
be back in a
anschauen?
minute.
Nein, ich bin verheiratet, du
Hold on.
Oh, I'm back now.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what happened. Yeah, sorry, you didn't miss much. I was wondering why I went
I was
silent.
like, huh, you guys are being silent, and then I look at it, it's like, oh,
Yeah, let me know if the
connecting, and then it just didn't do anything. Oh,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
connecting, and
Wo wir gerade
okay.
beim Thema
I
brenzlig
think
sind.
my
Diese beiden
FBI
Videos,
agent
deren
had to
Eltern
take
sich
a piss.
offensichtlich
The
mal mit
CIA
einem
agent
Flugzeug
used,
gepaart
Oh,
haben
how
müssen,
far away
stellen
is
eine
this?
brenzlige Situation dar, wenn nicht sogar eine echte Dino-Krise.
The next couple of seconds will go
Waffe
fast
durchgeladen,
after this.
Jetpack gezündet, auf die
We can take a break after this if you guys need
Müsst ihr
to
euch
stretch and
während
get
der
some water and
blitzschnellen
everything.
Jetpacks
Because I probably need to
keine
refill
Sorge.
I'm
too.
probably gonna
Schussrichtung
be
machen,
backing
denn die
out.
Designer haben
I'm
ein
so sorry.
automatisches
Alright,
Zielsystem
that's
ins Spiel
fine.
eingebaut, das
Because
immer
I've
den
been
nächsten Gegner anpeilt.
irresponsible and I didn't
Bei der
sleep.
stellenweise etwas wirren Kameraführung der
That's fine. Derek, you wanna take the wheel then?
Übrigens als unverzichtbar
Take the
erwiesen.
wheel, yeah.
Man ballert dann zwar häufig auf nicht
I mean,
sichtbare Feinde,
I can't
aber
really
der
cover for
Fan
Uni
sind das ja
because, you know,
mittlerweile
he's Uni,
gewohnt.
but, yeah, no, I'm still good.
Alright.
So langsam
guys
nähert
can
sich
get
unser
going
Dino
for a
Crisis 3
I-
Ausflug auch dem Ende.
I just
Wollen
went
wir
Yeah,
to the
you
fucking
sound
wall. I didn't sleep.
you sound very sleep deprived. I wouldn't blame you if you backed out. Thanks for everything that you've done so far, anyways.
Wenn die
Yeah,
Kameraproblematik
it's been
noch aus
fun,
dem Weg
dude.
geräumt wird, steht einem
I
Hit eigentlich nichts
wanted to
im Wege.
be all the way through,
Alles
but I
weitere über
literally
Dino
can't.
Crisis erfahrt ihr
Yeah,
nach
no, I can take
29
we can take it from
29
here.
hours.
Uni did a dumb.
I did a dumb. I had like that thing of like, oh man, I gotta wake up early, and I fucking didn't fucking sleep.
Geht's
Fuck.
mit Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, honestly, I legit almost
Auch
overslept
hierbei
and
handelt
we
es
almost
sich um die
missed
Neuauflage
this.
eines
So,
Klassikers,
Yeah.
nämlich
I'll
wie
be
unschwer
heading
zu
out.
erraten
Thank you
von
guys for
Final
having me.
Fantasy
alright, thanks, June.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Der Rollenspiel-Strategie-Mix erschien
What am I
jedenfalls
gonna
in
do with that
Europa,
kid?
weshalb GBA-Fans umso
Yeah,
erfreuter sein
absolutely
werden,
nothing.
dass
He's
das
not
Spiel
your
auch nach
kid, so
Deutschland
he's
kommt.
not your problem.
He is my
Squaresoft hat sich auch
problem.
nicht mit einer schnöden 1:1 Umsetzung begnügt, sondern wird der
Anyways, what the hell?
GBA-Version neue Features spendieren.
I haven't been
unter
paying
anderem
much
ein
attention.
verbessertes
What the hell game is
Jobsystem
this?
und eine sehr
FF
liebevolle
Tactics
Optik.
for
Oh,
GBA.
okay.
So this
Are we
is
getting
the
another
original.
tactics game anytime soon, or does Square Enix hate us
Ein
as
weiterer
much?
vielversprechender Titel für den GBA
I
ist
don't
Mario
know.
and
I
Luigi.
don't know anymore, and I don't keep
Nintendo
up
konnte uns
anymore.
leider
I've
nur
lost
wenige
all
Spielszenen
faith
zur
in
Verfügung stellen,
publishers.
deswegen die Fakten in aller Kürze.
I
Freut euch auf einen Mix aus Action-Adventure und Rollenspiel, ähnlich dem Super Nintendo-Titel Super Mario RPG. Eine knuffige Optik und coole Teamrätsel.
I'm only
haben
taking
Lust auf mehr.
context as to like what else they're referencing.
Auf die
Oh, is
Spiele
this-
freue ich mich ganz
That
besonders,
was-
nämlich
the,
Sword of Mana.
Yeah, this is sort of mana.
Der Titel ist
Sword of
der
Mana,
erste
the
Teil
previous
der
one was
Secret of Mana
just, you
Serie,
know, the
beziehungsweise Seiken Densetsu,
Mario
der
and
exklusiv
Luigi.
für den
I
GBA
want to
erscheint.
play. I mean, I want to play Final Fantasy Adventure,
Und die
but
ersten
I think I'm
Bilder
probably
lassen
better
auf
off in
großes
playing
hoffen.
this version instead.
Knusprige Grafik, spannende Echtzeitkämpfe, dicke Zwischengegner wie hier zu sehen.
If
und
the
viel,
two
viel
are
Atmosphäre.
different games enough, anyways.
Ihr könnt auf jeden Fall gespannt sein.
Like, at some point, I don't even know
Das
anymore.
innovativste
'Cause
GBA-Spiel der E3 war definitiv Boktai, The Sun is in Your Hand.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
eine
Boktai.
ausführliche Preview zu dem
Yeah,
Spiel.
the weird-
It had a
Verschiedener
cool
lest ihr im
concept,
Heft.
though. You gotta admit
Der
that.
umfangreiche
Yeah, the
Detail-
weird game where you can
Ausgaben.
charge your game by
Das
with the
wichtigste Feature des
sun
Spiels ist
panel thing.
sicherlich der
The
Aufbau
solar
No,
der
it was an
panel.
eingebauten
integrated
Lichtsensor.
mechanic, right? Like you could
Je mehr
not
Tageslicht der auffängt, desto mächtiger wird dann der
regain
Held
like
im Spiel.
ammo
Alles weitere dazu
or
lest ihr aber,
other
wie
things
gesagt,
without
in der
actually
aktuellen
having,
Ausgabe.
you know, exposing your cartridge to sunlight, which made it a
Unsere
bitch to emulate.
GBA-Referenzliste wird
Apparently.
nach wie vor
How do they
von
make that game
allen
work if there
angeführt.
is
There
there a
was
re-release
extra
to it?
hardware in the cartridge.
Yeah, I
itself.
know, but like if they re-release the game if possible, how do they make it
Und
work
auch der
if
Nachfolger
like
Advanced
the
Wars
concept
2,
was
Black
They,
Hole
they
Rising
would have to
scheint
completely
wirklich ein Hammer
rework
zu
certain game mechanics.
Die taktische
I
Tiefe des
guess.
Vorgängers soll natürlich erhalten
probably
bleiben.
the
Dazu
reason why the game
eine
is.
ganze Menge neuer
I think there were
Einheiten,
3 of them,
eine
right?
fette Solo-Kampagne,
Those
natürlich
box
der
like-
Now there was one, there was
und ein
2.
leistungsstarker Karteneditor.
There was at least 2 of them.
Klingt
I
auf
thought they
jeden
made a
Fall nach
third
einem
one.
sicheren Hit.
And,
I'm also
yeah.
not sure how big of a hit they were, so I don't know if they're going to be, you know,
Unser
people are going to
großer
think it's
GBA-Check
worth
endet diesen
remaking.
Monat.
Yeah, no surprise. It's at least $120 for each game.
Leider können wir euch zum
Yeah, probably
Nachfolger
because
des
the hardware
Action
broke.
Adventures
Yeah.
Metroid Fusion nur
Like
abgefilmte Bilder
the
von der
whole
E3
extra
präsentiert, aber von
hardware
ersten
thing is really
Eindruck reicht
cool,
hier aus.
but
It rem-
shit
Und
breaks,
alles
man.
deutet darauf
Yeah, it
hin, dass
reminds me that
Informationen
one of the
ein externes
Robopon
Action
games on
Adventure
Game Boy
wird.
Color, the blatant
Eine äußerst
Pokemon
ansehnliche
knockoff, has
Optik,
like
fette Wummen,
a weird
viel
looking
Action.
cartridge, and I think it has like a
Das ist
beep
Metroid,
or,
wie wir es
or
kennen.
like some
Und
sort
wir
of
sind
sound
gespannt, was
alarm in the
letztendlich
cartridge
aus dem Teil
itself.
wird.
I mean, you have to replace the
Für
battery in
diesen
it.
Monat muss ich mich leider schon von euch verabschieden, aber ich denke, der GBA-Check hatte es diese Ausgabe
I mean,
wirklich
I
in sich.
like gimmicks like that,
Die
like from a
Spielezukunft für
concept
Nintendos Kleinsten ist
standpoint,
jedenfalls mehr
right?
als rosig.
But
Ich
at
sage
the
Tschüss,
same
bis zum nächsten
time,
Monat
I'm like,
und euch weiterhin viel
no.
Spaß mit eurem GBA.
no, I'm not gonna. I can't be ours changing the battery of my fucking cartridge as well as my fucking handheld.
Alright, before we get into this, I kind of want to break. I know we've been sitting here for nearly 2 hours. I'll give you a couple minutes to break. Again, thanks so much for JUNII for sticking out with us up to this point. We still got a little bit more to do. The next segment, I'm going to kind of gag a little bit, and then I'll let you talk about the next couple of stuff. So, be right back in about 5 minutes, alright?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I'm back. Hold on. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, let's get back into it. So this next segment is probably the thing that I was dreading the most out of all this.
I'm looking forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about the taco phone. So, the Nokia n-gage. I have a strong bias against this thing just based on everybody else's opinions. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt by kind of being early on by trying to combine a phone with gaming, but I felt like this was a little bit of an early attempt at trying to lure people away from the Game Boy Advance because the PSP wasn't out yet. I don't think the PSP had phone call support like the Vita did, but this thing, I think its flaws well overlap what it was trying to do right. First of all, that screen is tiny, and trying to play anything better than like a Java game on it is out of the question. Second of all, what phone provider, what phone service provided this thing that you could talk into it? And third of all, like, again, the design of it was so clunky that it just honestly didn't work well with gaming. You know, the issue is like every time you want to change out a game with it, you have to take out the battery in the back. I mean, I think they released a later model with this. They released a later model with it where you didn't have to do that problem. But like, sometimes this is like a kind of example of like things being either sounding too good to be true or just a little bit too ahead of its time.
But this had like physical releases then.
Yeah, this sold 3 million units.
No,
Like
no,
this-
no, I thought, like that I knew. I just didn't know that it had physical releases. I thought it was digital service.
Oh, like download to the... Yeah, no, there's actual
Right.
cartridges for this. You can still buy a lot of these games brand new because they didn't sell as well. But this was on the market for a good 3 or so years. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. But, like, this is on the market for, like, a good 3 years.
Do you
but, like...
remember the Gizmondo?
Yeah, I was just about to mention that to you, and Sierra's strangling my neck for ever mentioning that.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, sorry.
I was gonna ask, like, because I know the Gizmondo did way better in Europe than anywhere else, did you actually know anybody who had the thing?
I heard about it a couple of years ago.
Oh, of course this thing
because
is
it
Doom
was
on
apparently
it.
financed with Scandinavian mafia money.
Yeah, it was Swedish Mafia, but,
Right? It was like the Swedish meatball mafia.
yeah, the guy, I think his name was, like, Stefan Eriksson or whatever. Like, the most infamous thing he did was, like, he had a Ferrari Enzo, and he crashed it. He, like, literally split it in two, and he crashed it at, like, 180 whatever miles an hour down a California freeway. And, like, the whole thing was embezzled with Swedish Mafia money. And the system only sold 5,000 units. You have the Swedish Mafia behind your gaming console, and you only sell 5,000 fucking units. That's pathetic.
Yeah. At least get your entire, like, every single one of your boys in the mafia to get one, right?
Yeah.
No, neither the Nokia n-gage or the Gizmondo have I ever seen in real life.
I might have seen I've never seen a Gizmondo, but I might have seen an n-gage at least once. I don't remember where. I'd love to pick one of these things up just for stupid purposes, but the fact is, like, there's such a dedicated base for this for whatever reason that we actually now have emulators for this. Like, I've seen one of my, you know who Drop is now, but like I've seen Drop actually play n-gage stuff on emulators now. Why? Like, first of all, how? Second of all, why? Like, who wants to play an n-gage this badly to play games on a screen this small?
I bought a system called the Y383, which is a very, very shitty LCD-based gaming system, like black and white, right?
Right.
But it had the cool concept. Instead of having cartridges, you literally switched out the screen.
Oh, Jesus.
It had like a click system that you would pop out the screen and then put a new screen in and you would have a new game. That was the cartridge. Look, to be fair, it was like $2 at a flea market. I'm like, this is kind of funky and kind of gimmicky. I love it. I needs to have. So I can see why people would be like, okay, this is such an oddity. I need to try this.
Like, fucking look at this. This is Tomb Raider on the n-gage. This looks no better than maybe like a 32X game.
Yeah, but you could take it with you, right? It looked better, quote unquote,
Why
than the
didn't they
GBA.
just? Yeah, why didn't they just port it to the GBA if the GBA was the more hot selling? I'm surprised that I found this footage. Apparently, at E303, they at the n-gage booth, they actually had competitions to see who was like the better pro skater player. Fucking pro skater on n-gage, and they had competitions.
Actually, out of all the games, with such a narrow screen that is so tall, I think a game like Pro Skater is probably one of the ones that would do the best, simply because of the layout of the screen, right? Because it's almost like a portrait screen. It's not landscape. You know what I mean?
Right, I guess. I mean,
you don't need the FOV that much.
Yeah, but then porting something, I forgot that Doom was on this thing. Like, porting something like Doom on this wouldn't be necessarily reasonable. But then again, they had Doom on the Game Boy Advance as well. So
they run the original Doom on light-up keyboards nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
So, do not underestimate the Doom community.
Like, other than just kind of the more notable, how many games were even released for the n-gage? 60. They had 60 n-gage games. Let's see. They had Bomberman, Crash Nitro Kart, Pandemonium, the PlayStation game, Rayman 3,
That must have sucked.
Sega Rally Championship.
Being able to look what's coming.
A couple Tom Clancy games. They actually had Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon on this thing. They had Tiger Woods PGA Tour. They actually had a Warhammer game on this, Warhammer Glory and Death. I do remember that there was Worms World Party on this. I remember seeing that on Game Boy Advance, but there was also an n-gage version of that. They had X-Men Legends. They had Spider-Man 2 for some reason. But yeah, I mean, like, the big notable ones were Pro Skater, Tomb Raider, and Call of Duty. Speaking of Call of Duty, we'll be talking about that after this segment.
You cannot have an E3 without a Call of Duty.
And this is where it started, folks. This actually does mark the 20th anniversary of Call of Duty. It started on PC as well.
I always forget how quote-unquote young Call of Duty is, because it was Medal of Honor.
Yeah, no, Medal of Honor predates it. But even at this time, I was playing Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Call of Duty didn't really overtake the series until the 4th entry.
No, at some point, it's like Medal of Honor just disappeared. And for whatever reason, I have now sort of switched the two around, right?
And then they tried to bring it back.
Was first, and then Medal of Honor was the upstart and failed. But that's not what happened.
But a lot of people don't realize that the original Call of Duty was developed by Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward was made up of people who developed Medal of Honor Allied Assault. So Call of Duty, theoretically speaking, is like the spiritual successor to Medal of Honor. Well, that was, the old Call of Duty. It's a completely different beast now.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I found any footage of Call of Duty on the n-gage, nor did I want to.
No, but I can see why. I would love to have this in my collection. Even just optimized controls. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Right.
I like it because it's definitely like a sign of things to come with mobile gaming nowadays.
There was an n-gage live service that they did after this. It was literally just called the n-gage or n-gage 2.0, but it was like a live service where you can actually download stuff. So it was kind of like the follow-up to this, as like the follow-up to the n-gage. So I guess that was kind of something more to explore after this. But other than that, the game or the n-gage basically came and went by the time the DS was out. And this thing wouldn't even stood a chance against the DS.
No. I mean, if they tried to do something like it now... Ha! That's a Dutch vid.
Oh, you know this guy?
No, I'm like, hey, I understand this language. I'm like, yes, of course, you motherfucker. It's your native tongue.
Different or better than the Medal of Honor game of EA and the Man of Valor game from Vivendi. Okay, Okay, well, what we tried to do with this game is
What game from Vivendi?
from multiple perspectives. This is the American
The
mission,
the Men of Valor.
and a Russian
Right.
mission, and each one has different types
I
of gameplay.
completely
The British
forgot
mission
about
has
that.
more of a
Valor.
commando style. The Russian mission is all about the conscripted soldier who's just been thrown into the
Men of Valor, also developed by the studio that did Allied Assault. So World War II games, which has, you know, they were kind of getting a little bit oversaturated at this point, but they were mostly done by the same guys.
I am so done with World War II shooters.
Yeah, it's way past its
There's
prime.
only so many times that I can storm that one hill. There's only so many times that I want to land on, like, at D-Day, right?
I mean, can you imagine what an Afghanistan war game would be like?
There is actually already an RTS for the Syrian war.
Right.
Made by Russians, and from a completely Russian perspective, it is basically Russian propaganda. There is a line in that video game that is one of my favorite lines of a video game ever. Of course I have an RPG buried in my yard. Oh, no, what kind of Arab would I be if I did not have an RPG buried in my yard? That is literally a line in the video game. And it's like, oh my fucking god.
And let me guess, three whole bottles of vodka in the fridge.
No, it's actually like a very competent, if somewhat janky, realistic RTS. So it's not base building, it's like you get control of X amount of units, so you need to clear objectives, and I've seen a playthrough, I haven't played it myself. Find you the link real quick.
Also, if this is direct gameplay footage, I know this is 2003, and I said this about Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Do the graphics in this kind of look a little dated even for the time?
I have no concept of that anymore. I've been playing games for so long.
I mean, granted, I also
I just forget.
I also played.
Came out when.
Yeah. I mean, I also played Call of Duty 2 on 360. That was a launch title for the 360. And even that game kind of looked a little dated compared to, I mean, dare I say it, Perfect Dark Zero or any of the other launch title 360 games. But you can tell the difference between. Pedicite Night has been less explored than the European
Japanese
front.
World War II has been less exploited. I feel that the European front for game. Yes. Like,
I mean,
Western front is just done. There's a couple of things for Eastern European front. Yeah, it's like the game I was talking about is literally called Syrian Warfare.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, other than Medal of Honor Rising Sun, which again was Japanese or
There's been
Asian.
a couple. One of the Sniper Elite games takes place in the African front.
Call of Duty 2 actually did have a couple levels in the African front too. I didn't even realize there was an African front for the war. It was just North Africa though. So.
Yeah, I mean, Italy was still in Ethiopia. Like, yeah.
There'd be tons of stuff.
I mean, a lot of people also forget that the Australians were involved.
These games did release in Japan. Oh, the later Call of Duty games released in Japan. I just don't know how much popular, if at all, it would have been compared to, you know, what it would be the rest of the world. I know that.
No, I was just going to comment on what Deicide said. Like, there would be quite a few things to explore for the Japanese and American sides. Like, we have Iwo Jima, there's the Okinawa, the Russia in a bunch of settings as well. Don't forget that at that point in time, Japan also still controlled a bunch of the mainland of Asia. Right? The China was still in shambles, basically. There's a lot of interesting things that could be explored.
I wonder, I mean, because Medal of Honor.
It's just when it comes to World War II, everybody's like, hey, Europe was all fucked up. No, it's called a World War for a reason. Like, they were fucking everywhere. The fact that they didn't land in the US does not mean that nothing happened anywhere else.
War games. Yeah, I was thinking about that. There was another war game on Xbox. It was called Shell Shock Nom 67 that I have on Xbox that I haven't played yet. I picked it up because, you know, it was a Vietnam War game better than Call of Duty Black Ops. I mean, Black Ops is probably the peak anyways.
There's a couple of Arma 3 mods as well that explore Vietnam.
And I wish
yeah, I've been watching a bunch of like the guy that the video I shared with you. I've been watching a lot of that dude's content, and he's into milsim and RTS and shit like that, grand strategy like Hearts of Iron 4. And there is a lot to explore in the concept of like war games that we just don't see because it's not, hey, look, we're shooting Germans.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is what I wanted JUNII here for, but I understand if he's sick and dead.
I understand, but at the same time, I cannot feel sorry for him.
Well, I mean, the dude stayed up all night. I mean, even I crashed at like 5 a.m., but...
Yeah, but why is he staying up all night?
I mean, the reason why I stay up all night is just to watch West Coast streamers, because I just don't feel like going to bed and having anxiety attacks. He's talking about the Capcom 5 again. I'm sure there's probably a higher quality leak of this trailer.
Yeah, but then again, we've heard these 5 titles so much already.
Yeah, a lot of these are repeating.
I mean, that's to be expected, right? Because you know it's E3.
Yeah, there's only how much footage you can see. I mean, I packed as much as I could into this. I did have one more. I even had one more stream full of the rest of the E3 stuff, but I'll probably just do that on my own. I don't need to drag you guys into that. There's not too much left to cover after this. But yeah, JUNII was right. I mean, this does look interesting enough that hopefully there's a playable beta or prototype of this somewhere out there. I mean, one of the 4 or 5 versions of Resident Evil 4 that are out there.
Yeah, I kind of like the concept of this. Like the whole hallucinations thing. Like, yeah, no, I can see it working as well.
I just wonder how far they got into development with this before they kind of went back to the drawing board. Hopefully they didn't scrap everything in this. Hopefully this gives more of an idea of the playable demo. What was the next Resident Evil game I was going? Oh yeah, Code Veronica. I was gonna play Code Veronica, but after I finished Dino Crisis 2, I got a lot of these survival horror games on my plate that I gotta get through, especially now that I've done a lot of PS1 and PS2 stuff.
Yeah, it's at some point you just feel, I guess, satiated is the best word for it.
True, but I mean, unlike
just had enough for a while.
I mean, unlike Metal Gear Solid, which I know JUNII's gonna rip me if I ever do an actual playthrough of those games. Unlike Metal Gear Solid, though, I don't mind survival horror as much. Like, I can probably get better into these than I could have the patience for most stealth games.
Yeah, stealth doesn't mesh well with me either. Unless it's like the Assassin's Creed, like, stealth is optional kind of stealth, right?
Yeah.
I like the concept of stealth, I just do not have the patience for it.
Yeah, no, neither do I.
I'm only one kind of patient, and that's an outpatient in a mental facility, alright?
Don't I know that, bud?
No, I like this vibe, you know?
Is this even actually anywhere in the final game? Like, did they reuse any of the concept for this, or did they just completely gut the game and try something different? Because I know the final game was more third person than this, versus, you know, these kind of fixed cameras.
4 was the village one, right?
Yeah, it was the one in the
daughter.
village. Yeah, that was the one we rescued.
I've seen the night models, I'm pretty sure. No fucking clue about these baby doll things. But I think that's about it, honestly. Like, I don't see a whole lot of...
Yeah, I mean, like...
oh, yeah, no, that's in there. But I haven't... Like, I haven't actually played for myself.
This is kind of using RE8. But yeah, like, any time I see stuff like this, like, the only 2 games I can think of doing are, Eternal Darkness, obviously, for the spiritual thing, and, Geist. I urge you guys, if you've never even heard of Geist, to go check out that game. It's only on GameCube, though, so you might probably just have to emulate it at this point. Was Geist released in... I know Geist wasn't released in, Japan. Geist didn't come out until, like, 2005, too, so this was delayed a little bit. Yeah, Geist was released in Europe.
At least we got it, you know?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, like, my backlog is already, like, 3,000 games, so I'm staying away from emulation for the time being.
Right. Geist took me... How long did Geist take me? A little under 10 hours? First time?
3,000 games, mate, and growing. So I think I'm good for a while.
Oh, that's cool that you can move the sticks and it tells you. Okay, so it's kind of like QuickTime events. I remember there ever being much QuickTime events in Resident Evil. I do remember there being some in Dino Crisis.
Some of the dodge things, there's the famous punch the boulder scene, obviously.
Right.
But I think you're right on the, on like the escape thing. I don't think I had a lot of anything more complicated than wiggle stick. Like, for the escape things, I think the most complicated thing was either wiggle stick or press flashbang button, right?
Right. I wonder if they even implemented Ashley into the game at this point, if that was even the scope of this version.
I don't know. It doesn't look like much of a rescue type deal.
Alright, well, speaking of other survival horror games, this game for the up-team billing of time.
Isn't 3 the one that's supposed to be a direct sequel to
the first one? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
JUNII knows these trailers like the back of his heart.
Huh?
Like the back of his hand. Back of his hand, I mean. I've honestly...
I was just sort of confused by the logistics of that.
Yeah, no, I apologize. My brain's turning off. I honestly only know most Silent Hill lore, 1 by trailers, 2 by JUNII, and 3 just by watching people play this.
Yeah, I played 2, didn't remember much, because it was just too long ago.
Honestly, if I do play these games, I'm probably prompted to get the bad ending first, just based on my first time experience. So I was also watching a friend play the PS1 Clock Tower game, the first one, or second one in Japan. I just recently played the demo of that one too. I would like to try to get to Clock Tower 3 at some point, but oh, drop the names.
Yeah, I always had this idea of, you know, getting my collection together and starting from the first chronologically released game and then working my way up.
Yeah, that's...
But I just keep getting distracted by the new shinies.
Yeah, that's the case for Metal Gear Solid as well. Now that there's also going to be remakes of these games. Hopefully the remake of Silent Hill 2 fares well. Knowing how most of the remakes of Resident Evil have been.
I've lost faith. Like, I've definitely become disgruntled, cynical boomer at this point.
Now we know which one of us is the boomer.
Like, same way that people are really, really hyped for, oh look, Diablo 4, and I'm just expecting Blizzard to turn it into some micro transaction-y, let's milk the players some more cash grab.
Oh no, I'm sad that my dad is dead.
Which, to be fair, is a normal response to your dad dying if you didn't hate the guy.
Yeah, here's the problem about that. Somebody has this song on some soundtrack on CD.
Mm-hmm. And it's not necessarily a bad song. Okay, now I'm starting to see how it would fit, but that intro did not mesh up with what I was seeing.
It felt like an Avril Lavigne kind of music video ordeal.
Yes, more edgy than it ought to be.
It was 2003, it was that time.
This just feels kind of tone deaf, if you know what I mean.
What? Yeah. I wonder if JUNII's ever seen the Silent Hill movie. At least the first one.
I think I have, but again, like, what is it by now? Like 10, 15 years ago at this point?
2006. 17.
Yeah, I'm not far off.
Right. Yeah.
It's just...
I'm surprised it was good enough to get a sequel too, but... I mean...
it doesn't have to be good to get a sequel.
I enjoyed...
That's not how things work anymore.
Right, I know. I enjoyed the first two Resident Evil movies. I remember the first one a lot.
I have one of the Resident Evil, not one of the first ones, but the ones where post-apocalyptic and shit.
Yeah, the later Resident Evil movies honestly weren't that great, and I think the last one just kind of sucked.
I actually have that on DVD in metal case.
Yeah, I've got the first one on VHS. I need to get the second one on VHS because it's still out there. I think Silent Hill, because it was 2006, just kind of missed the mark on that. Well, despite, video game movies having notably negative reception, fun fact, and funny thing is I just watched the 93 Mario movie. I honestly laughed my ass off at that.
It's amazing. The Goombas in that are
I can't
so
believe,
great.
I mean, spoilers for the movie, I can't believe they turned Toad into a Goomba.
Yeah, it's just...
That caught me off by surprise, but honestly, Dennis Hopper just being kind of confused about being there for most of the time, and Iggy and Spike, the two guys who played that, honestly nailed their own roles.
It was so bad that it was almost...
It's a disaster piece. It's one of those things where like the development of it is so much better than the actual final cut, but like because I watched the director's extended cut of it that's on the archive. I think it'll probably stick more with me because I laughed and smiled at it so much. I think it'll probably stick more with me than the newer Mario movie that came out this year.
Yeah, things are memorable for one of two reasons. Either because they were so incredibly bad, or because they're amazing.
Right.
Right. The worst thing is when you just kind of go like, I
Yeah.
guess it was a movie.
There's something like being worse than a bad movie, and it's just being mediocre. Like if it's just like a slogfest just to get through, then that's what makes it.
Yeah, like when Uni brought up Need for Speed Heat, right?
Right.
That to me is almost the definition of like, yup, this is a video game.
Exist to pass down our
Alright.
hopes and dreams for the future through our children.
Yup. It's not bad enough to laugh at, and it's not good enough to enjoy.
Right.
It's just there.
Yeah, some of those we just end up calling popcorn flicks because you just kind of eat the popcorn, don't say anything about it.
Yeah, because there's just nothing to comment on or whatever. It's just like, yep, this is what I watch on TV when nothing else is on.
Right. That'd probably be the case for G4 back in the day too. Alright, how about we just watch this one more trailer and then we'll watch the last thing and then we'll probably get out of here, because I'm honestly getting kind of tired too.
That's fair.
Save the other one for later. Anyways, this is Twin Snakes. I was going to put in the trailer for Metal Gear Solid 3, but I think we've already seen enough of that. So I will figure Twin Snakes will be in here.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, this is the other one. Yup.
I think there's still enough of a...
Solid has always just sort of passed me by.
I think there's still enough of a divide where people would either choose the original Metal Gear Solid or this one. I kind of feel like because this is on a Nintendo console, this does have a little bit of a Nintendo flavor to it. This was done by Silicon Knights, right? Yeah, this was done by Silicon Knights. So this was done by the guys who did Eternal Darkness. But, like, the new translation, the new voice acting, like, it kind of feels new, but, like, new doesn't necessarily mean better in this case. And not to say this is a bad game. I mean, how often do you get a Metal Gear Solid on a Nintendo console at this point?
The only other one that I immediately...
Besides the Game Boy Color one.
I was gonna go with the original Metal Gear.
Yeah, no, not the NES ones.
One I actually remember.
Yeah, the NES one and the awkward sequel to that NES one that wasn't canon.
It's fate. I had heard that the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
Oh, you're wrong. The nuclear threat hasn't disappeared. The threat is more real than ever before.
Again, like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, all these more edgy PlayStation-related games. I feel like these are games that just everybody else knows, and I'm figuring this out for the first time, and it makes me look like an idiot.
Oh no, I've been feeling like that for 30 years. Like I just said, like this shit, I've just completely passed me.
Yeah, this flew over my head.
Again, I did not have a PlayStation at this point.
I had a GameCube.
I had my NES and my Game Boy. That's it. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I know the name and I know the concept of Solid Snake. That's about it.
Metal Gear now.
Oh, I don't know the alert sound effects.
They're not showing any gameplay footage of this. Oh, yeah, there they are.
Not even. It's not even gameplay footage. It's. This looks like cutscenes.
Yeah, this just looks like cutscenes.
Like I have not seen a single second of actual gameplay.
Not like I can really, even based on how many trailers of Metal Gear Solid I've seen, I can't really tell you much about the game itself at all, anyways.
Oh, it's a stealth game. I know that Psycho Mantis reads your
yeah, your memory card.
That's about it. Oh yeah, and the end dies if you leave the game on for too long.
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah,
I know Liquid.
Like the stuff I know. Right?
Liquid is your brother, and you fight on top of Metal Gear. Like I've seen a little bit of the ending of this game, kind of just to spoil myself, but like everything in between, yeah, no, I can't tell you.
Yeah, I know the memes basically. That's what it comes down to. Right. I don't know. It gets.
Sometime before the end of the month. Yeah, sometime before the end of the month, I'll probably take one last look at the Metal Gear Solid 1 demo on PS1, just to kind of refresh myself.
And Snake
Yeah,
Plissken, of course.
yeah, that's the Psycho Mantis guy.
Respects Mr. Miyamoto too.
Does he now?
Look, there's no time.
At this point, I don't think anyone respects Nintendo except Nintendo.
Yeah, a different time. I don't even... Well, there was a point where Kojima... Anyways, here's the last thing. I'll give you a little bit of a break to refresh yourself, because I will be right back before we start anything, alright?
Yeah, I need about a minute or two, maybe, but yeah. Alright.
Alright, I'll just wait when you get back. We've saved the worst for last, folks. This is the G4 content that you've all been craving. I was going to have another one here, but just kind of due to the sake of time and that JUNII's not here. I'll save that for next time. Next time I'll probably just do this on my own. There's not too much left to cover. Probably just like one more video and then the rest of the G4 stuff that I'll save everybody grace. But yeah. Are you ready? Get your snacks. Get your beer.
I'm about as ready as I can be.
It's time to hear two terrible guys have two terrible takes on poorly aged games. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the fucking douchebag again.
Yep, it's Tommy Tallarico time.
That's right. That means we're at E3.
We are at E3. This is E3 2003, and we're going to
Or
tell
else
you about
but.
not just Tron.
We're not talking about Tron?
Well, we'll talk about Tron.
Can we talk about Tron?
It's already
there are other
terrible.
games we're going to talk about as well. On the Xbox,
Yes.
PlayStation 2, PC,
GameCube,
Game Boy Advance, and the brand new n-gage from Nokia. It's
Oh, great. More of the n-gage.
Nokia. It's not Nokia. It's a Nokia. Right, because you're American. You don't do all this non-fancy, non-English stuff. Or, sorry, non-American stuff.
Starring this douchebag. This asshole. We all know what Tommy Tallarico's been up to. You know about the Intellivision Amico, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's this guy.
Also the guy that did the music thing that ended up
Yeah.
being
News
a...
this year with Microsoft and the Xbox is the fact that mostly everything now
Almost everything.
is Xbox Live, it's online, but the biggest thing is the whole XSN, which is the new Microsoft Sports.
Yeah, they did a couple of these games. I know Amp 2 was in this lineup.
You talk about Xbox Live, you talk about games being online, but what's different with this is that, yeah, it's not just two people playing each other, it's complete stat tracking.
Awesome.
All live in real
This
time.
is
that concept.
This is weird to see that like they're talking about this like this is a brand new concept for consoles when PCs have been doing this for a good 5+ years or whatever.
It is a brand new concept for consoles, though.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Anyone in the world can
Well, technically Dreamcast did it before that, but Dreamcast is already dead in the water at this point, so.
They got basketball, they got football, they got hockey,
Of course, of all the online games that they promote, it's always got to be sports games that nobody really cares about anymore.
And again, but the big news is that they completely keep all of your stats.
I like the fact that it's there for people who enjoy
Most
sports ball, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck about the newest FIFA. Because that's the only one
To be fair for the original Xbox Live, oh boy, Halo. To be fair for the original Xbox Live, most of the games that were like live compatible or were promoted boiled down to either FPSs, or some sort of shooters, racing, or some sort of sports game. It was within one of those three categories. So.
Let's be honest, it's still 90% of what we get for online gaming.
For the Xbox at least.
No, to an extent, even for PC. Like, RTS is then, you know, the
yeah, but rarely do we ever get, like, an alternative multiplayer game, like, even, like, Crimson Skies here. Like, if we get something like this, or even, like, a board game, besides, like, Mario Party. Not that there's really many... Not that there's really many other games to explore.
Closest you're gonna get at this point is probably a Civ 4X game.
Well, we also...
But there is actually like a large competitive Risk community on Steam.
That other game that Microsoft made, it was like a first-person game. What was it called again?
Halo 2.
Oh yeah, Halo 2.
Oh my god, I'm so funny. I forgot what the thing was that I said 2 minutes ago.
The only thing that bums me out about this one is we have to wait until 2004.
Don't forget Project Gotham Racing.
Oh my god.
Again, Xbox Live. It's all about Xbox Live this year. I gotta say that.
To be fair, a lot of these games that we have played on X-Link Kai kind of still hold up. Like, there isn't necessarily a bad one of these. There's been a couple stinkers, but a lot of these games still get a good, decent rotation on the X-Link Kai playlist.
Really impressed to see was THQ had this tactical squad-based game. It's called
Full Spectrum Warrior.
I think I own this one.
Is this like the Xbox's SOCOM?
I'm
Sega
not
GT
too
Online.
familiar with SOCOM, but it's a sort of milsim-y squad-based.
Yeah, it's a tactical FPS.
Yeah. But you could hop between squads or something. I don't 100%.
Alright, let's see what's so. Oh god, I forgot to talk about the iToy. I forgot that the iToy was here.
No. We just chose to ignore it.
I legit forgot that the iToy was here at this show.
Oh, we mentioned it last stream, so it's fine. That's about as much attention as it deserves at this point, right?
Right. And even I forgot about that.
I think PlayStation forgot about it.
I have it sitting on top of my CRT right now, looking at it. I had to buy a second one because I lost where my first one went. I probably still have that one too.
The game at the Sony booth for me is
Jak 2. We did talk about this last time.
I love the first Jak and Daxter game, and I really can't wait to see what Naughty Dog has up their sleeve with Jak.
I only played a bit of Ratchet and Clank because
I just played the demo of that one. Thank you. All right, let's see.
Only skills.
Really? Fucking really?
Wow.
Yeah, push the limit. The game looks like it was made for the PS1. Yeah, Medal of Honor Rising Sun visually does not look like it is aged as well. They're just going down the list of this.
This does look good in comparison to other things we've seen.
I only really know Jet Li. Yeah, remember when Jet Li was relevant? Neither do I.
I just remember, like, films, I think.
Yeah, he was in Jet Li's The One, I think.
Yeah, and Unleashed and shit like that. I mean, Jet Li is still kind of a thing in certain...
He was in Expendables, right? He was in Expendables...
Yeah, because he is just still a thing in certain...
And
like,
he was in...
movies, like, yeah.
He was in the last Lethal Weapon, I think, right? Lethal Weapon 4. Yeah, he was in Lethal Weapon 4.
walls, shooting people.
The Hulk is on PlayStation.
Yes, the high impact stealth gameplay that you expect from a spy.
The very first
Like,
game I ever worked on was Prince
I swear to God, everybody's like, oh, James Bond's such a great spy. No, he's the shittiest fucking spy ever. He tells everyone who he is. He always ends up in shootouts. He always gets caught. He's the worst fucking spy MI6 has ever produced.
Yeah, honestly, Sam Fisher does a better job than James Bond at this point. He's just known for being famous. It's like not why. Honestly, because he's so famous, like everybody just fucking knows him at this point.
Yeah.
So they might as well just get a better spot.
He literally constantly introduces himself.
New Maximo. Now you've got sort of counters and all kinds of
Maximo
really cool,
2.
combo points coming up when you're hitting on the enemies.
It's a lot darker this time around, a lot more cinematic feel, and not as hard as the first game, thank God.
We have a new Batman game coming up.
Oh,
this
No,
year.
no.
Talking about journalists.
We're keeping our fingers crossed. That Batman, please don't let us down.
Is it Batman Dark Tomorrow?
Come back. I know that.
Oh, okay, thank God. I thought it was Batman Dark Tomorrow.
But they're already talking about journalist difficulty.
Hey, I bet you're psyched for Real Fishing 3.
Oh yeah, I've got 4 copies reserved.
They're just machine gunning these games. I can't pay it. I can't keep up.
Fishing games are fun.
Then why are you even talking about real fishing if you don't give a fuck? Like nobody's gonna. Like, if you're gonna.
Who is
choose
this?
like that,
Yeah, who is this
nobody's gonna
excited
give a fuck.
for a
Like,
fucking?
why even
No,
spend
not.
2 seconds on it.
It's got control problems. It's got control.
She's got big breasts.
And that's the only thing they care about.
Oh my God! Slow the fuck down. What game are you talking about? What game are they fucking talking about? Stop! Hold the fucking phone! Just pick one game! Stop, please!
If you're just gonna do a list, right? Just have a scrolling list on screen.
Oh my God! This is sensory overload!
This doesn't make sense. What am I supposed to take away from this? That you guys mentioned a bunch of titles that I'm instantly gonna forget because I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
game are you just talking about?
I don't even have time to store these in my short-term memory.
Are we supposed to be making fun of
I
these?
don't remember the last one, for fuck's sake.
Wait, okay, now they're mentioning the PSP? Okay, are they only gonna be talking about this for 3 seconds?
It's gonna be an interesting year with Nintendo and Sony in the portable market out there, and Nokia and the.
We're 10 minutes into this. What am I supposed to be taking?
Giving Sony's overall sort of appearance.
What in God's name just fucking? I didn't even want to pause. What the fuck just happened?
I just remember SOCOM 2 because that was the last one.
Something about a fishing game?
Yes, real. Something or other.
Now, some may not consider this a buried treasure at all. But so what? This is Shenmue. Everyone knows about Shenmue 2. Game, whole thing. Remember the movie that came with, the DVD movie that came
Fucking
with
really?
Well,
you're calling it a buried treasure?
For 2003?
It's a completely entire living, breathing city. I mean,
Well, I'll give them credit. They mentioned the Dreamcast after.
Do you even realize that consoles existed before the Xbox?
Yeah, I'll give them credit that they mentioned the Dreamcast after it's dead. I think Shenmue 2 was out on Xbox at this point.
Okay, I just, like, if you're gonna go for selling points, don't try to get yourself excited over forklift stuff.
I mean, that is one of the biggest points of the game. But yeah,
No, but like, don't call it forklift stuff then. Right? That does not sound enticing, so to speak.
But you know, what can you do? So Shenmue for the Dreamcast, pick it up for sure.
if you still have a Dreamcast at this point.
All right, we're back. We're going to talk now about Nintendo's offering at E3 on the game.
We're going to go blast through Nintendo now.
You really can't talk about one system without mentioning the other anymore.
Yep, yes, we are.
Seems like every game they got.
Well, I'll tell you what I liked about the Game Boy Advanced is that they have a
Nope,
bunch
that
of new
was number 3.
colors. This is the coolest thing.
Such a punk.
There's all they have like
I can't even think of a way to turn this into a drinking game. I'm already fucking hammered.
a nice shade of puce, I might add.
Yes, they do.
There's a nice magenta.
How many of those Game Boy Advance colors even released? There's like 20 of them. I know there were a lot of Game Boy Advance variations.
The most exciting thing you saw at the Nintendo booth. You're not telling me that. You're not saying you did that out of all the games they had on display, that they colored Game Boys, which are very nice.
They got green. They got.
What about the game?
Oh, did you see the pink one?
I did see the pink one.
The pink one. And you know what else?
What about the games?
Oh, there was a new Mario game.
That's right, Mario and Luigi.
Mario 4, 3. It was like 3 and 4.
No, it's Super Mario
4.
Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
Wait, sorry. Say that title for me again.
It's Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
I'm fucking having an aneurysm listening to this.
So are they.
The Game Boy Advance.
I don't even think they're listening to themselves.
Stroke. I think we're watching a medical emergency live. Like, it's happening.
Am I dying or are they dying? Somebody call for help for one or both of us.
One of the most interesting things about the Game Boy Advance games is that a lot of games now
I'm just trying to. Nah, I'm not.
Oh wow, they actually mentioned Pokemon Box.
I'm not trying to keep up anymore.
Yeah, no, I've lost it. Let's just get through the next 10 minutes and then fucking call it.
Enthralled by the shiny colors and that's it. Like, it's. There we go. Now it's Pikmin. I know exactly what the game's like now.
I also think that this is the year that Nintendo has just first party completely abandoned anything of any kind of adult content.
Are you sure about that?
Is this?
They're fucking giving us Twin Snakes at the end of the year. You mean adult content? Yeah, fucking Twin Snakes. What more do you need?
And Geist, which apparently was also mature.
Yeah, but this didn't come out until like another 2 years. This got delayed a lot.
He's saying that they're abandoning it, and I'm like, hey!
What are they doing?
Kirby!
I'm looking forward to Kirby's era.
What does Tommy Tallarico's ass have to do with Kirby Air Ride?
I think he just farted or something.
I don't fucking know.
But I just want to know, how drunk or high is this dude? It reminds me of that legendary MTV interview with Nirvana while they're completely stoned out of their minds and they just randomly start complaining about escalators.
Holy
like, what is this dude on?
And it's good to see Final Fantasy back on Nintendo.
Okay, so here's the big question.
When are they gonna talk about the n-gage?
What do you give the Nintendo area, and that's including Game Boy and GameCube and everything?
Clearly this was unscripted.
I was a bit scared after the press conference. I didn't see.
Or this dude just went off script.
But after playing these games and checking out the booth, I had a good time. 8 out of 10.
For me, for my taste, I'm giving the Nintendo area a 6 this
year. Really?
Well, that's it for
yeah, because you didn't see boobs.
Wasn't there booth babes at the Nintendo booth? Didn't we see that?
Oh, it didn't have Lara Croft. She has big breasts.
Oh, right, yeah. That's all that these two douchebags care about.
And what I've got to talk about here, what I got to say is, oh my God, are there a lot of massively multiplayer, online, role-playing, huge online games?
Massive.
I've never heard of Horizons.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
That's an MMO, right?
World of Warcraft.
Another MMO.
Yep, no.
I think that's like 4 MMOs back to back.
EverQuest 2.
Very cool. Star Wars Galaxies. 3. There's Mythica from Microsoft. NCSoft
Yes.
has Lineage.
Yeah, so we're just keeping the MMOs coming here. City of Heroes was sort of fun.
I mean, you probably know this department better than I do.
massively multiplayer. It's hard to keep track.
Wait, what is that one?
XR, apparently. It looks almost 40K, but not? Because those were definitely not Necron. Thief 3 was dope. Doom 3
Let me see.
Come on.
Half-Life 2. Everyone is freaking out over Half-Life 2. That game is getting a lot of buzz at the show this year, and it looks incredible.
Well, yeah. It was groundbreaking.
I'm not finding anything about... Oh, no, X-Arc was canceled. Great, the one game that interested me and it was canceled.
It was also in the MMO segment, so...
Anticipating. It begins with a T. Yeah, from Buena Vista. Yeah, I had that Disney crazy.
Oh my god, spit it out.
What's it called? Tron!
What the fuck?
Which they are apparently super hyped for.
Light cycle battles, first person. From what I played so far.
Wow. Okay, this game
This?
is not
That was what they were hyped for?
On the game.
Fucking Tron and it looked like that? Oh man, PlanetSide. This is one of Bone Miser's favorite games. Released the second one.
This one's a first-person shooter. In the strategy realm, there was a couple of really cool games too. There was
Tron.
I've never heard of this. It looks very Age of Empires, you know. But that's apparently Rise of Nations.
Yeah, a lot of these games
Now we're
completely
talking
skipped over.
RTS-wise.
That one has got a lot of buzz out there. It's sort of a mix of real-time strategy elements and turn-based, and it's going to be a huge game for Microsoft. If you like, he talks a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, so do you, pal.
You're one to talk.
You're one.
Ground control
Look at the
was dope.
mirror.
The original ground control was really dope because it was RTS without base building, and your units were consistent.
We see a lot of new type stuff.
Agreed.
You know, and
Lots of RTS. I don't remember that one.
I agree. For my money, I'm
Jedi Knight.
Yeah, that one I know. Jedi Knight 2. I think that was on Xbox. Deus Ex.
Half-Life 2 is up there, man. That game is incredible.
Like, don't get me wrong, graphics beautiful.
Yes.
Sound is up a notch.
Well, that's where the innovation.
This is the most ADHD way to produce a show.
No, this is fucking. Oh, Homeworld. Nice. This is not even ADHD. This is just methamphetamine. This is.
Oh, finally, they're talking about the n-gage. Yeah, we get to talk more about this fucking taco phone thing.
Gamers from around the industry are able to sit down, play with this thing. There's questions answered. It's going to be $300.
$300?
Look, that's still cheap considering like current.
Okay, maybe for 2003, but like $300 for this fucking thing. How much was the Game Boy? Weren't they selling the Game Boy Advance for like 100 or something at this point?
Yeah.
$300 to play a shitty version of Tomb Raider. Who am I kidding? They sold the Gizmondo for 400.
Even these guys are complaining about the screen size. Also, look at that frame rate.
I mean, it wasn't as silky smooth as the PlayStation, but it was certainly better than the Game Boy SP stuff as far as the 3D and everything.
I don't know. When 3D is done right on Game Boy Advance, it's done pretty well.
I'm sorry. So you're complaining that the frame rate is better on the PlayStation than, you know...
PlayStation yeah, the PlayStation caps at like 30 FPS anyway.
Not a handheld than on the n-gage.
Oh my god, look
how
at that.
hardware works, you dumb fucking cunt.
If you're a hardcore game player, and you're looking to get a new phone, and you have some...
Yeah, n-gage, the hardcore gamer device.
No, game player.
Why not pick it up? Yeah. The phone works.
Not gamer.
The
He definitely said game player.
It's certainly 10 times better than any of the other crappy games that you have on normal cell phones.
Absolutely. Would you pick an n-gage over a Game Boy Advance based on what you've seen so far?
Personally, no. I like the library.
The fact that you have to think about it.
Better. Just, I mean, there's hundreds of games for it, right?
I think Nokia's got to show us a lot more. Bluetooth enabled interactivity is cool. You can have multiplayer games.
Can these guys not pronounce Nokia?
You can connect to the internet and do some things like the Ghost.
It's not some weird Japanese brand.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah,
what the fuck?
That's why they call it the taco phone, because that's how you talk into it. You have to hold it on its side and the speaker's on its side. That's why they call it the taco phone. I'm not kidding. That's the reason why this thing got it.
Oh god.
That's why this thing was so uncanny. Just the design of this was just absolutely borderline stupid.
Play that back again, but I still prefer the library titles and the connectivity.
That just blow your mind with that.
And the price. And the price. So I'm gonna give the Nokia n-gage booth
The Nokia.
6.5 out of
Yeah,
10.
God, what the fuck is with this pronunciation?
What are these numbers even based on?
They're objectively.
And I can't believe we listened to these guys like they were the wine tastemakers. Yeah, those guys. There's a group big.
Like there was one big game mag around here that actually also got its own TV show at some point called Power Unlimited. And those guys were just known for not, like, they didn't give a fuck, right?
That's right.
If you gave them a shitty game, they would fucking tell you. But they actually played games, right? They knew they were going since the fucking NES days, so, you know.
Yeah, he did fart.
Yeah. Because it's Kirby's Air Ride.
Oh, fuck off. Piss off, man. Yeah, neither of you.
You were actually right there. Yes, and Greedy Productions also sounds about right.
Oh, G4, why did we let you come back? I'm done. I think that's enough for both of us. I think that's well enough. What was I supposed to learn out of all of this? That's the God. Was this supposed to be a learning environment?
It was?
I think that's enough E3 for you, pal. I will do...
You learned something today. You learned that there is a pro-Russian propaganda RTS game called Syrian Warfare about a relatively recent conflict.
I also learned that people have furry fetishes for mudkips, but that's another story. Alright.
Is that a furry or is that a scaly?
I don't know.
Consistency of a mudkip.
Adam knows Pokemon better than I do. Let me see what's on. I was gonna ask what JUNII is up to. Are you doing anything later this upcoming weekend or next week or whatever? I got a big...
my shoulders and joints and everything have been acting up again, so no, I'm just recovering.
Alright. As far as I go, I'm starting a new playthrough on Saturday. If I'm actually not busy this weekend. I'm starting a new playthrough on Saturday, and I've got a big announcement regarding streams and upcoming stuff for this month. So be on the lookout for something on Saturday. I'm gonna take tomorrow off because I've got some stuff I want to do on campus. Who is on at 5? Whatever. I haven't seen Jinx in a while. We can go read Jinx. Alright, but I think that's the end of it. I have one more part of this plan, but I think I'm just going to take this solo, because there's not really much more to comment on. It's just the rest of the G4 crap. I don't need to subject you guys to that.
Look, if it's going to be G4 crap, 90% of it is just going to be you and me complaining.
Yeah.
About how dumb these fuckers are.
I will save the beer for myself. All right.
But let me put it this way: if you need backup, right, we could arrange something.
I'll let you know. It probably won't be until the end of the month because I need a break from this. I got a lot of stuff I gotta plan for this month too.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, I think I'm done. Let's go see what Jinx is up to. Take care, folks. Good night.
Have a good one.